song playing SIIT, like flowing waves played wide. Instead of engineers, that's the way we go. The great vision of our world, to become the best instead of global engineers, is our mission. Princess Sirenton bestowed her name so we love and share. Let us spin along our wheels. They are rolling gears to the future. We live in a harmony. Show the world we lead and care. Let us revolve the turning wheel. We're proud to be singing. We're proud to be Tamasa. We paid our dream at SIIT, School of Future and Hope. They're rolling gears, so we're flowing time. We have found our symphony. Speak our soul, we love and share. Let us spin along our wheels. They're rolling gears to the future. We live in a harmony. Show the world we lead and care. Let us revolve the turning wheel. We're proud to be singing. We're proud to be Tamasa. We paid our dream at SIIT, School of Future and Hope. We're proud to be singing. We're proud to be Tamasa. We paid our dream at SIIT, School of Future and Hope. They are rolling gears, so we're flowing down. We have found our symphony. Show the world we love and care. Let us spin along our wheels.
SIIT is our proud college, under the dome shadow academy nest. Tamsa is respected, with great love we are united. SIIT, we are the leading ones, technology and engineering are taught. Recognize as our vision, research and learning are our mission. SIIT, we sing love's love, a royal name of singing and crying this great institute. Violence on leading us to glory. Could you hold my hand tight and walk beside me? And build a great world together. Let us sing SIIT. SIIT. We sing love's love.
Dear, good morning, everyone. We about to begin the information sessions, but before we start, I would like to kindly remind everyone that for Q&A sessions at the end of the event today, you can actually input your questions through the online systems and follow the step that's given to you when you register. But however, if you would like to ask additional questions, you can do so using both the online or pencil and papers format, which at the end of the sessions, we will hand you a piece of papers and a pencil to actually ask the questions. It can be done both way. So for the information session today, SIIT organized information session today in order to provide both parents and students the information that necessary and help you actually make the right decisions. you should choose the program that fit your interest and match your academic goals. So today you are going to be hearing information about program selection process, including subject of studies, career opportunities, and a chance to ask any questions regarding the subject or the program that you are interested in. So this is a good first step to actually help you make the right academic decision. However, before we begin the session today, I would like to invite Director of SIIT, Professor Dr. Somnuk Tangterm Sirikul, onto the stage to give an opening speech.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Suthatip, and good morning, parents, guardians, and the students. Actually, I was given only about 5 minutes for the opening speech today, but I would like to take this opportunity to present to the guardians and the parents, including the students, some of the interesting information about the SIIT, especially, next slide please. Oh, I can use this one, right? Okay, thank you. Yes, so I would like to take this opportunity to present to you about some of interesting information. Starting with the current status of SIIT, we are now having totally 3,382 students in number. Among these 3,000 approximately are the student in the bachelor degree, including all of you here, and around 200 master degree students and 140 doctoral students. We are now, of course, planning to increase the number of the graduate students from now on. And so far we have produced 6,532 number of the graduates, including around 6,150 bachelor degree graduates, 254 master degree graduates, and 122 PhD graduates so far. This is one of the interesting, and we are proud of this information also. This is not the figure that we just make up, but we got this data from the Commission on Higher Education of the Ministry of the Education. Actually, this is the average income of the fresh graduates of the around 10 top engineering schools in Thailand, including SIIT, of course. So since 3 years ago, almost 4 years ago, SIIT became #1 in terms of the average salary of our fresh graduates. So this is a very good information. So I would like to introduce this kind of the information to all of you here also. Of course, we have produced around 20 batches of the alumni so far in bachelor degrees. And many of our alumni are very successful in terms of their careers and professions. I may not have enough time to explain all of this because only 5 minutes for me. So maybe I skip this one very quickly. For example, some of the chemical engineering students, they are offer scholarships in some of the very renowned universities, and some of them became the top students in that school. For example, this guy, I remember, right? Once they were accepted into this university, his score was #1 among all of the graduate students in that universities, something like that. This is for civil engineering, for example. Many of them PhD degrees. Many of them are the president of the company, even though they are so young. And the companies are created by their own, not by their parents, something like that. He's director of some bureaus of the, yes. Industrial engineering, for example, many of them are faculty members, including 2 of them are now the faculty member as SIT. I think maybe some of you have seen these 2 persons around somewhere at SIT already. Dr. Gandhi used to be our faculty member, but now she is the faculty member of the faculty of the accountancy. I suppose that you may have some opportunity to see her on television. She's a kind of the a program producer in the television program also. Dr. Tisapon here is the owner of the one company, CEO of one company. Mechanical also, 2 of them are faculty members, one in King Mongkut University Technology Thonburi, and Dr. Thanyaset is now working here. Many of them PhD. Is also electronics, many PhD. Why I emphasize PhD? Because I would like to say here that I think maybe SIT is the institute that our alumni, most of our alumni go up to the PhD levels. I believe that the percentage of our alumni which receive PhD is the highest in Thailand. Okay, so I'll skip this kind of thing. Of course, SIT, the first I, S and the first I stand for international. So one of our effort is to try to make SIT really international, increasing the degree of the internationality of the institute. And one of the, of course, the criteria is the international students. This is the data of the number of the nationalities of the students who are studying at SIT. This year we have students coming from 35 countries who are now studying at SIT. And of course the number varies. Many of these students came from Cambodia, Germany, Vietnam, and so on, something like this. We are also encouraging the students foreign students to come in, and also our students to go out to have some long-term study or long-term visit at our counterparts in reputed university around the world. This is data of the number of the incoming students, exchange students, increasing every year. This year is still not the end of the semester. Outgoing exchange students increasing every year also, but unfortunately during the last 2 years it's dropped a little bit. I think maybe this is due to the change of the semester. Change of the semester may affect this a little bit. I think you remember that formerly our semester begin in June, but due to the ASEAN community matters, we moved the opening of the semester from June to August, right? You remember? So this kind of the moving of the beginning of the semester affect a little bit about the exchange. We have a lot of counterparts around the world, and I would like to say that we pick up only top university around the world to be our counterparts. You can see that they are all top university. German university, our good friends also. We are increasing the number of our counterparts in Germany. We have a plan to visit top university in Germany in the next 2 months. Again, this is our example. There are top university. Of course, Japan is another good friends of ours. You can recognize that all top university in Japan are our partners. Yeah, so a lot of them. So I think maybe around already 70 top university around the world are our partners. All right, so let's come to the end of my very short presentation. Of course, today my colleagues will introduce the program to all of you, the parents and the students. I would not like to repeat here because my colleagues will go into the details of the program later on. I hope that the program today will benefit and will be useful for all of you to make a right decision to go on for your further study from the second year beyond. And I would like to thank all of you and opens the session today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The program today the session today actually divided into two parts. The first part is the overview information. So you will be hearing about selection criteria and the timeline. And then the second part, you will be hearing about information from each of the 5 engineering programs. So let's begin with the first part, the overview information of the program selection. I would like to invite Assistant Director of Academic Affairs, Professor Dr. Prita Natnakon, on the stage to present this overview.
Good morning. I'm the first person who will introduce the process of this program selection, and after my presentation, faculty members from different programs will come and introduce each program individually. My name is Prita Natnakon. Okay, students have already been grouped into 4 disciplines according to the choices made at the admission. We have engineering discipline that study physics, chemistry, maths for engineers. You have CE, ChE, chemical engineering, EC, IE, and ME. And then we have engineering that is aimed for students to be technologists. We have CPE here. We have technology program, discipline, and management. Okay, so all the students are grouped in one of these disciplines. And students will make choices by ranking their preferences using online selection program. The period of selection will be from April 25th to April 29th. So you have to make your choices during this period, these days. And the announcement of the results will be in June 8th of this year, of course. You can go to our website, registration website, and then you just log in here, and then you will find the way to pick your program online inside your account. Yes. All right. How will you be assigned to your program? We use something called equivalent grade point average, or eGPA. eGPA is calculated in the same way as GPA with slightly different methodology. I will explain how GPA will be calculated shortly. But suppose we have your eGPA already, then student will be ranked based on their eGPA from the highest eGPA to the lowest one. And then we will go to the student one by one, from the one with the highest eGPA, and look at his or her choices. Look at the first choice. If it's still have vacancy, then we put that student in that program. If the first choice is already full, then we move to his her second choice, so and so on. Once we finish the assignment for the first student, then we move to the second one. Of course, this is order based on eGPA. So then we go down like this until we go to the last one. All right? And this is the way to calculate eGPA. Each student will have their curriculum, first year curriculum, and they have subjects that they will have to study. For example, for this student in the first semester, he or she has to study these subjects. All right. So suppose that the student take all the subject, and then after midterm examination, he got very bad score for midterm, so he withdraw from the course. All right. And also this course, he has W because he withdraw from the course. Then, in calculation of GPA, then these two subjects will not be counted toward calculation of GPA, ordinary grade point average. But for eGPA, these two subjects will be considered as F. So you get 0. Okay, so the calculation will include these two subjects as well. And the score will be treated as if you get F. Okay. Now, this is example for second semester. The student has to study these subjects. Now, the student decided that, okay, he would not like to study MAS 117. So he does not register this course, but actually he should. So in the calculation of eGPA, the one that we will use for your program selection, this will be treated as F. You will get 0, all right? But of course, in ordinary calculation of grade point average, this subject will not be counted. So this is the difference between the calculation of GPA and eGPA, and we use eGPA, all right? So you have to try to study all the subjects assigned for you in your first year. Okay, this table shows capacity of the program that you will select, okay? In engineering, we have this capacity. For CPE, because the student have already selected the program from the beginning, so we will not, all the students will be able to enter the program because they have selected the program from the first year when they enter. All right, but even though this is the case, the students in CPE program must still participate in this program selection process. So they will have to log into their account and select CPE program. The same thing is applied to students in IT program because they have selected this program from the beginning. So they will be assigned to this program, but they will have still to participate in selection program. All right, you can get this information from registration office. Now, if you finish your selection and then you are assigned to your program already, and then you think, okay, you would like to change your mind. All right, this is, we will not let you change your mind immediately. You will have to study that program, and then you can change if you can your program if the program is in the same discipline from the second semester of academic year 2016. All right, but if the program is in different discipline, you can change your program from the first semester of academic year 2016. So you have to study if the program that you want to move to is in the same discipline that the program that you are assigned to, then you have to study that program for 1 year and then you can move. All right? But of course, you can move to the new program or not, depends on whether that program that you want to move to has any seat for you or not. If that program is full, then you cannot move. So, but of course, you can submit your request, and the request will be considered by our administrators. And you have to keep in mind that if you change your program, then you will have to face the delay of graduation. Usually you spend 4 years to get your bachelor degrees, but if you change your program, then you might have to spend 4.5, and most likely 5 years. Most likely. So you have to think carefully before you select your program. You have to think that you will not change later. All right, so think carefully. Don't think that, okay, you will just pick up one program now and change later, then you will have to study here for 5 years probably. All right, I end my presentation here, and the details about the programs will be presented after me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the overview and the selection criteria informations. And so let's move to the second part of the session today, which consists of 5 different engineering programs. So you will be hearing the first engineering program, which is Chemical Engineering Program. This is an academic program under the School of Biochemical Engineering and Technology. I would like to invite Assistant Professor Dr. Pisanu Tujinda from the School of BCET to present the detailed information of chemical engineering.
Thank you very much for your kind introduction. So I am the representative of Chemical Engineering Program to present you about the fact of this ChE program in SIIT. First of all, that some people may wonder what the difference between chemical engineering and the chemistry. Actually, I'm graduate from both in bachelor degrees. I got the bachelor degrees in chemistry and also chemical engineering degree from US. So quite different. Chemical engineering actually is a branch that doing the chemical process, okay, in order to do the productions of the product. We try to evaluate how to operate the chemical process to change from raw material to the products and then get the money, okay? Why chemistry actually would like to find how come, okay, why this reaction can happen at this temperature and pressure for this condition. They don't care about the money, but they care about the science and information. So we get that fact and we design, okay? We design and then we draw something that we call flow sheet. This one include things like reactor, vessel, pump, separation process, purify thing, and we sell it, get the money. So we design the things, we ask other branches of engineers in order to build this equipment for us. We are not the one who build it, but we are the one who operate it, okay? So we work very closely with other engineers, so we are very close friends, okay? So what chemical engineering actually do, as I mentioned earlier, we change the raw material into valuable products, okay? For example, like you have the extracted chemicals from the plants, okay? Very cheap one. We get into the process. The process doing what? Storage, reactions, separation, purification, and you get the formulation of the drug. This one may be 1 baht per kilogram, but this one is maybe 1,000 baht per milligram. So the things that we would like to do is we would like to design the process, which is safe. Safe in what? Safe in the cost of operation, utility cost, not a lot of energy involved, and also safe for human and environment with high responsibility, because chemical engineer can kill 1,000 people if the accident occur, okay? So what you need is the fundamentals like physics, math, and chemistry, plus the design class, thermodynamics, fluid dynamics, and many more in order to be chemical engineer to do chemical process. So the difference of our program from other university that we introduce options in our programs. We have 2 types of the options hidden inside chemical engineering. One is biochemical engineering. Actually, we design it for the pharmaceutical and food industry. The other one would be material and process design, which actually aim to find chemical production and petrochemicals. So you may need to learn bio somehow. But if you choose not to learn bio, you also have the escape to go to chemistry plus math in order to do the design. So the option 1, as I mentioned, this is the example of the course offer for the option 1, like general food science, biochemical technology, and pharmaceutical industry and technology. Okay, and the second one is like a polymer science and development, energy technology and management, and petroleum and petrochemical technology. Right now, we try to change the way of the option boundary, because a new type of the engineer nowadays actually agglomerate in one single core. You will graduate in the degree of chemical engineering with a different hat. Okay, you want to have a hat with the biochemical or chemical process. That is what we think 3 years ago. But now it's no longer like that, because you may want to work with biocompatible polymers. That means you really need both knowledge from biofuels and material fuels. So from this curriculum, we change to mix and match by yourself with the guidance of your advisor, okay? In order to help the student to know and prepare themselves to be ready for the industry or further educations. So now we have the option in the program, but we let you choose and mix and match with our guidance in order to prep you guys to be ready for the industry. So these are faculty members in our department. The head of school, Ajahn Lakhana, she's right here. Me, Ajahn Babel. She's quite popular, right? At the back, please. All right, and we have Ajahn Ranalin, and we have Ajahn Mavipa, Ajahn Sivarat, and the youngest one sit right here also, Dr. Kanin, okay? He just joined us, and we hope to have another new faculty member very soon. So we should have, like, we used to be 7 wonders before, so we're gonna turn to be 8 wonders. I like 8 wonders, actually. So these are the equipments that we have in our lab. And for example, like distillation column, this is cooling water, crystallization, polymer extruder, fluidizations. This one, we get a new one, okay? Spray drying in order to do the drying process. And liquid extraction, separation, things like gas absorptions, heat exchanger, fuel cells, molecular sieve, and that is about the chemical process equipment that engineering license require. We have every single one that engineering license require and more, because we have a field of wet chemistry and biochemistry as well. So we have our own lab that actually involved with many types of the things like kinetic studies, autoclave, and bioreactors, DSC, HPLC, chromatography, and FTIR, and many more. And right now, we try to make the research from our faculty member and integrate that thing back to the curriculum to update the knowledge for our student, okay? So that is the equipment. You have more than enough. You will love lab, and finally you will hate it, because first, like a second year, they said that I want to do the lab. Third year, you have full-time laboratory timing. And finally, students come back to talk to me that we have too much lab time. And I said, no, this is a starting point. Because when you enter into the 4th year senior project, you should be ready to operate all of these things all by yourself. Okay, so 3rd year would be crucial times. All right, and we have AA, FTIR, and we have clean lab. We love clean lab. To be chemical engineering program, you have to be very clean. As you may know from your senior, that we force you to wear the uniform. And I will explain later, because I don't want to waste my time. No sandal, period. No food, no drink. We are the engineer with high discipline. We will have enforcement and policy to train you. 3 years with us, I want professional chemical engineer out of my reactor, okay? So the lab must be always clean. And we have a lot of activities, so many activities, and we always be with you. Everywhere, field trip, Like this, we get the money from PTTGC every year to take our student as a guest to visit their company at Maptaput Industrial Estate, Rayong. They pay everything, including treat us. Thank you very much. And that this is a very good company that always give us the opportunity, including extended training that I'm gonna mention next. Extended training that what we have so far, we have with the PTDGC, with the ESO and PNG. Every year we have around 4 to 5 students, actually 3 to 5 students to work long-term training with the company like I mentioned earlier here. They will work for 4 to 6 months in order to operate the real plants, okay, and then initiate the project. I would like to say that from this program, our alumni get recruited from this company, okay? But 40% of them choose to say no because they would like to go for further educations. So this, we get very good relationship with this company. ESO come and on. They don't offer every single year. They will offer like a 1 position or 2 positions per year. For PTDGC, we can do 2 to 3 people. We don't want a lot of students to go over there. We want only the students who do not want to go for further education, master or PhD. After you graduate, you would like to work with this company, we are very welcome to help you to work with them as extended training track. And we have a lot of exhibitions and play with you in many ways, okay? We always love to go with the student. That is not the student, that is Ajahn Vipa, okay? And we have a lot of activities because I believe in the soft skill of the engineer. You have to be excel not only about the academic capability. I want you to develop the soft skill like human relationship, charisma, leadership, working in team, and many things. So this kind of the activity is the thing that we promote. And first, we force our students to do the voluntary activities, okay? We do not go out and then pay the money to some of the orphan and others. We play with them, okay? We are the engineer who would like to pay something back to the society. That is very core of our program. We want to produce good and high responsibility engineer to the society. So that's why we offer a lot of the activity. Last year we are like this, okay? Last year we have the chance to be the host of chemical engineering bonding game. So we got the high honor from Her Royal Highness Mahachakri Sirinthorn to give the Sirinthorn names as the game, okay? Totally participant, we have total number of 2,700 participants, and then SIIT is a host. And we make like China make the Olympic Games, okay? So it make a lot of problems. So you can see that our faculty member love to join the activities, right? And for the career opportunity after you graduate from our program, what you can do is definitely this is the high ranking of the salary, like director mentioned earlier. In energy, like Schlumberger, Halliburton, Chevron, like a report actually get the, right now what I update, recently he got 230,000 baht per month, plus with the travel fee. He worked with the Schlumberger, and then I believe that he would be very successful very soon. So this is the energy, but keep in mind that right now the price of the oil goes down, so you have to think about future, okay? But it's not that bad at all because our students still get paid and then they get the high recruitment from the oil company. For the polymers and composite material, this is another thing that we get involved with. So we do a lot of things like a Bridgestone, Firestone, and others with the other type of petrochemicals industry. For fine chemicals, like you making ethanol, solvent, and other, including recovery process, you can join this one. And also, like if you choose biofuel, as I mentioned before, that we emphasize on pharmaceutical and food processing, okay? So if you also can do the energy management and environmental technology as well. That is what we offer in order to do about the water treatment and then some of the evaluation of the waste from the industrial company, that's what you can do. Okay, so you can see that chemical engineering actually can do a lot of wide spectrum of the job opportunity. And these are some of the company that I picked it up from our alumni. We have only 9 batches of the alumni so far, okay? And then I have to report that around 40% of our students go for further educations. And 80% of that 40 go for further education in chemical engineering. So I believe that these are the information that we would like to share with you. If you don't like to do other type of the job, like what I mentioned before, SME, you can, if your family have your own business, you can do that. Because you learn chemical engineering is difficult enough to run your own business, okay? Academic career, like me, okay, to be the professor in the university is quite good. Yeah, it's very good. It's very, very good. Or you can be the researcher in the our neighbor, like the research center, like NASDA, MTech, Biotech, Nanotech. We already cover many tech in NASDA. And one thing is that I have several students to go for the law school. We do patent, lawyer, สิทธิบัตรนะลูกนะครับ So this one, you understand both sides of the world, that you know about the process. You know about the science and you all know about the law. So you can write the patent that actually can satisfy the requirement from the company, so you earn the money. Mainly, we get a lot of money if you graduate from engineering program, all engineering program, but it's difficult, okay? So I would like to say as the last word that choose what you like. 3 years only with us, but 30 years after that, you enter first chapter already, you end bachelor degree in 4th chapter, but you still have another 30 chapters left to work with. If you love your job and you like it, you can do well. Not any single company want to get the employee that do not love their job. So choose what you like. Don't choose because your friend choose it or your boyfriend or girlfriend choose it. It doesn't work, okay? And I discourage loving in the department because it causes a lot of problems. So choose what you like, because other 30 years from now, you have to do a lot of things and see a lot of problems. If you have the passions, you can get through, okay? And good luck for your choice. But if you choose chemical engineering, welcome to our family. Thank you.
Thank you very much for information of the first program. The second program is civil engineering. Civil engineering is a program under the School of Civil Engineering and Technology. Today we have Associate Professor Dr. Vinyu Ratana Pitikon, head of the school. He will be presenting the informations and the detail, including subjects and career opportunities of civil engineering. Please join me in welcoming him on the stage.
Thank you, Jan Ben. Director, ladies and gentlemen. So today we'd like to present on the topic of the Introduction to Civil Engineering Program. Okay. My name is Vinyu Ratana Pitikon. Okay. I work at SIIT for around 18 years. Okay. I'm really old now. Okay, first of all, let's see what is civil engineering. Okay. And it's very simple. Okay. And I think all of you know already what is civil engineering. Okay. Civil engineering is the design, okay, construction, and maintenance of infrastructures, including building. Okay. In fact, this is all for civil engineering. Okay. But anyway, I asked to present for around 15 minutes. Okay. Therefore, let's see something more about civil engineering. Okay. And okay, I think if you look around, Okay, if you go out and look around, then you see that civil engineering work is everywhere. Okay. Civil engineering consists of 7 main fields. Yeah. The first one is the construction engineering and management. Sometimes we call this one as CM or construction management. Yeah. Second one is material engineering. Third one is soil and foundation engineering. Next one is structural engineering, surveying, transportation, and the last one is water resource engineering. Okay, let's see some more detail about each field. So the first field is construction engineering and management. In this field, we will study how to plan, schedule, execute construction activity. Okay? And this one we also study how to manage the construction resource. Okay? This one including labor, material, equipment, money, and time. Okay? And the second field is material engineering. Okay? In this field, we will study how to design and analyze the construction material. Okay? As you know that we have various types of construction material. The first one is concrete. Okay? Next one is steel or asphalt for the load, and sometimes we use the composite material for our construction. And the next one is soil and foundation. Okay? In this one, we study how to analyze the cloud behavior, interaction between soil and structure. And also we study how to design structure foundation, tunnel, underground structure, and embankment dam. Okay? The fourth one, this one you see is really often, is about the structural engineering. In this one, we will study how to design and analyze all of the man-made structure, such as building, bridge, transmission tower, building platform. And the fifth one is surveying. Okay. In this one, the student have to study how to collect the topographic feature, like the cloud elevation before construction. And nowadays, our students also should know about the GIS and GPS, okay, because this one is advanced technology, okay, for the construction. The sixth one is the transportation. In this field, we will study how to design the capacity and configuration of roadway, railway, subway, seaport, and airport. Okay. And in this field also, we will study how to design the traffic management system. Okay. And the traffic jam in Bangkok today is because of this field. Okay, the last one. Okay. This one also caused the problem in Thailand. Okay. Now you may know that we face with the drought, like, and last 5 or 4 years we face with the flood. Okay. So those problems is caused by water resource engineer, which is in the civil engineering program. Okay. But anyway, okay, if you know, okay, clearly, okay, then I think we can solve this problem. Okay. So in this field, we will study how to analyze and design the system to transport the water. Okay. We'll study how to convey the water from one place to another place. We'll study how to store the water, okay, for using in the deficit period. Okay. And this one, we also study how to design the flood control, okay, flood control system, the net system, navigation channel, dam jetty, and breakwater in the sea. And for the job appointment for our graduate, okay, so the list in this slide show the company, okay, that accept our student. Okay. Now your senior is working in some leading company in Thailand, such as the Italian Thai, Thai Obayashi, Siam Cement, SCG, Chokanchang, and so on. And of course, some of your senior now working in US, in Japan, or in Australia. For the further study, okay, similar to chemical engineering field, allow 40% of our graduate continue their study in foreign country. Okay. So the list here show the university that accept our student. Okay. So this one shows the list of university in US. Okay. So we are very proud that our student can admit to the Berkeley, can admit to the Stanford, okay, Purdue, and so on. Okay. And this one is a list of universities that our students join for master and PhD, okay, in Japan. Okay. Like in the University of Tokyo or Todai, okay, Tokodai, Saitama, Hokkaido. Okay. And this one shows the university in European country, okay, and this one is in Australia. Okay. And I think some of you may worry about the job opportunity. Okay. So as we know, the job of civil engineering is much depend on economics. Okay. And I think all of you realize that the Thai economic right now is not so good. Okay. But don't worry much because the situation of economic right now is not bad as in the Tom Yam Kung period in 1997. Okay. Because even though the economic in Thailand is not so good, okay, but our government try to boost up the economic by invest a lot of money on the infrastructure, okay, which is related to the civil engineering work. Okay. So this one shows the example of the project that our government will invest. Okay. So this project is the mega water project in Thailand. Okay. This project is approved by our cabinet already last 2 years. Okay. So in this project, we will invest around 100 billion, okay, to improve our water management. Okay. So this project will last from 2015 to 2026. Okay. And of course, at first, this project, the main objective of this project is to solve the flood problem. Okay. But nowadays, we don't have any flood problem. We have the drought problem. Okay. But don't worry, this project is going on. Okay. Because this project, in fact, is mainly for water management. Water management means that we plan to solve either the problem of the flood or the problem of the drought. Okay. Therefore, this project is going on. Okay. It's not suspended. And also, okay, our government, okay, have the infrastructure policy. Okay. So this one, our government plan to invest around 2 trillion baht, okay, 2 ล้าน baht, to invest the project related to the infrastructure. Okay. So we plan to construct a lot of infrastructure all over Thailand. Okay. And last year, I think the end of last year, 6 projects are ready for bidding. Okay. I think now is bidding process in this year. Okay. The total amount of budget is around 186 billion baht. Okay. And next year, this year and next year, the government push up push up the process. Okay. And they hope that around 14 projects can launch the bidding in this year and next year. Okay. So it means that I think the bidding is maybe take around maybe the maximum is 1 year, and they may start the construction in 2017. And most of the project, most of the period of the project is around maybe 5 years. Okay. Therefore, some of you, if you select civil engineering, you may have a chance to join this mega project. And this one shows the detail of the infrastructure project. Okay. Okay, I will not go into detail. Okay, I just show you the picture. Okay, that what is the infrastructure that we are going to construct, okay, during this period. Okay, so this one is a public transport network. Mainly is in Bangkok area. Yeah. And this one is the highway. Okay, highway capacity. Okay, we will try to improve our load. Okay. And this one is for the marine transport. Sorry. So this one is the air transport also. Okay, we try to improve a lot of the airport in Thailand. And recently, okay, you may know from the news that our government now rolling out more housing project. Okay. So the main objective is to boost up the economy. Okay. So in this project, our government will spend around 1.4 billion, okay, for the Ban Pracharat project. Okay, since we will have a mega project in Thailand, okay, and this project will last for I think at least 10 years, and you may have a chance to join this project, okay, and I think our country need many civil engineering, okay, and I think civil engineering have a good future. Okay. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much for the information for civil engineering. For the third program, it is the Electronics and Communication Engineering. This academic program is under the School of Information, Computers and Communication Technology, or the School of ICT. I would like to invite Assistant Professor Dr. Ittisek Ninkamhang to present the information about this program.
Good morning. So thank you to Ajahn Ben for that kind introduction. My name is Ittisek Ninkamhang, and today it is my absolute pleasure to be here amongst the excellent faculty members and of course you, the students, and your families. Today I have this responsibility of presenting to you a little bit of information regarding the Electronics and Communication program. So let us begin. At SIIT, you are well aware that there are 9 different academic programs in the different disciplines of engineering, technology, science, and management. Today, you are here because you would like to know about the differences between the different programs that we offer, especially in the engineering field. Now, before I begin to discuss the specifics of the EC program, I would like to talk about what all of these programs have in common. Because as engineers produced by SIIT, the main purpose is for us to be able to solve a problem in a logical and systematic thinking. This applies to any of the engineering discipline. We must be strong in math, we must be strong in science, we must have both theoretical and practical know-how. These are all the skills that any one of these engineering programs can provide. So, today, I'm going to focus specifically on the Electronics and Communication Engineering program. Let us begin by introducing who are we. So please meet our EC family. The EC program consists of 7 faculty members in different fields related to electronics and communication. On this slide, you have their faces. Some of them you may know, some of them you do not. For example, we have Ajahn Ban Lu, who is our local expert on electronic circuit. If there's any questions that you have regarding the design of circuit, of integrated circuits, analog, discrete circuits, Ajahn Ban Lu is who you will ask. We also have Ajahn Wali, our most beautiful faculty member by far. Her emphasis is on control engineering and system design. Then we have Ajahn Charlie. His emphasis is on signal processing and communication system. The next member is Ajahn Toshiaki Kondo, imported from Japan. His specialty is in image processing and computer vision. Next, we have the chairperson of the program, Ajahn Somsak, who is the expert in networking and data communication. Ajahn Prapan, who is in wireless communication and mobile communication. And lastly, myself, I am in the robotics and mechatronics field. So, let us get to the core of today's talk. What exactly does an electronic and communication engineer do? Okay? To do this, let me start by analyzing the word communication. in its most basic form, communication refers to how we can get information from point A to point B. That is the simplest explanation of communication. It doesn't matter where point A is or point B. It doesn't matter if point A is a person, a computer, a machine, or something in the cloud or the internet. Now, if we're talking about you and you would like to tell something, you would like to send a message to your friend, okay, in a non-engineering sense, your choice is to either speak to the person or maybe write it down, okay? For us as EC engineers, our options are limited to two forms of communication. And this is the basics of electronics and communication program, digital and analog, okay? To explain this in a very brief and fast manner, analog refers to information that can have an infinite number of values. It is an infinite waveform. So, an example is, let's say you have a number between 0 to 5. Okay, you can either send the value 0, you can send 1, you can send 1.2, you can send 1.25, 1.27, 1.275, and so on and so on and so on. In an analog waveform, we can have an infinite number of values. But in a digital waveform, you only have zeros and ones. You can only send true or false, high or low, 0 or 1. That makes things a lot more simpler. And in the sense of engineering, okay, our communication system are either based upon analog or digital. And this means that as EC engineers, one of the first things you will study is the difference between the hardware, the software, and the processing methods that we use to work with these analog and digital signals. All right? So, the second thing, this is more of a example of one type of communication technology that we have, a very popular one, is satellite technology. If you walk around Bangkok or if you drive around the countryside, it's very likely that you have seen something that looks like this. And you don't have to be a 4.0 student. You don't have to be an engineer to recognize that this is a satellite. Okay, you have it at your homes to receive broadcasts. You can use it to watch football games. You can use it to watch HBO movies. You can watch Lakan from Channel 3. All right? And what this satellite is a bowl. It's a bowl that collects electromagnetic waves from the air, focus it to a single point so that we can get information transmitted to us. Now, this is an entire course, but if we just look at what satellite technology does, the main advantage for us is that satellite technology allows us to communicate with anyone, anywhere around the world. You don't have to be able to see them. You don't need line of sight. You just send the satellite, send the signal up into another satellite in orbit in space, and bounce the signal around so that you, a person right now in Pathum Thani in Thailand, can speak to someone in New York, and your voice would be clear as rain. That is satellite technology. All right? So this then leads us to this global interconnection. You're familiar with this in the most common form as the internet. This infrastructure that connects people around the world is maintained, built, designed, and constructed by electronics and communication engineer. And it is a core component of modern society. Another technology that I would like to mention is fiber optics, optical cables, and optical communication. This is another different aspect of communication. Instead of wirelessly, we're going to use fiber optics, strands of cables constructed from a mixture of plastic and glass. We're going to use that cable to send light. And if you're familiar from physics 2, light is the fastest thing in the universe, right? So technically, if we can use light as our medium, we can send information as fast as possible. Now, fiber optics and optical communication is what connects Thailand with the outside world, right? If you know, there is a very large fiber optics which is installed at the bottom of the ocean that connects Thailand with the other parts of other regions of Asia, with America, with Europe. Fiber optics allows us to send a huge amount of information very fast, almost instantaneous. And there is another type of optical communication, very new technology called visible light communication. So imagine that in each one of these rooms, we have the lights on the ceiling. Currently, a lot of these lights are now LED lights to save money. But one of the things that EC engineers are now doing is we are using that LED light, we are making it flicker, okay, blink, 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 blink. And due to the frequency that it flickers, you can transmit information from that light. That means that due to optical communication, we now no longer need your Wi-Fi. We don't need your Wi-Fi. We don't need your cellular data. We can actually communicate information just using light. Okay, now, I'm going to go a little bit faster. Okay, so this means that EC engineers work in many different companies. We work in building and maintaining data networks and servers. Okay, in mobile communication, each one of you in this room, I can guarantee, has a phone. Not only that, in the current generation, you have a phone, you have tablets, you have computers, your watch connects to the internet, your eyeglasses, your earphones, almost everything connects to the internet in a form of communication called mobile, because we can now move around, right? We have the second part of the program, which is in electronics. Electronics is actually an amazing technology because electronics takes very large systems and makes it small, so small that you can fit an entire brain inside of a chip this size, okay? So if you may not know, the electronic circuits are basically electrical circuits where the components are miniaturized. The main components are the transistors. Now, transistors may be a new word to you, but they act like very simple switches that turn on or off, just 0 or 1. You see what I'm getting at? The electronic circuit, that is your digital circuit. We can also use it in an analog system. We use it as amplifiers to increase the level of our signal, make it louder. We can attenuate the signal, make it smaller. We can filter it, make it cleaner. We can modify it, we can encrypt it so that it is secure. That is made possible by electronic circuits, okay? And if we make it even smaller and smaller and smaller, we enter a field called integrated circuits, or VLSI, very large-scale integrated circuits. This is actually a microprocessor. Each one of these blocks is a microprocessor inside of your phone, but it's been magnified hundreds of times so that you can see the components. This is what allows you to play Angry Bird on your phone. Okay, it's the brain. And going a bit faster, let's get a little bit more advanced. Okay, so now we have the basics. We can do communication, we know electronics. We can also apply this to different fields. Now, I know that today you're going to be listening to about industrial engineering, and you may be wondering why I'm talking about industrial robotics. As EC engineers, we are responsible for building the brain, the nerves, the program, the sensors, the instrumentation used in industries and factories and automation. We work very closely with IE engineers. Okay, they design the process, they design the flow, they design the manufacturing, and we build the sensors. We build the brain. Okay, we have other works. This is also my personal research on unmanned vehicles. You know of the UAVs or the drones that are popular. Now, it's being sold. You can use it as a toy, but you may not know that UAVs can also be used in a very practical manner to help us inspect buildings. Okay, so more for the civil engineering side. We can inspect buildings, infrastructures, highways. We can monitor transportation. We can monitor traffic. Okay, the Unmanned vehicle can also be underwater. Okay? It can be a submersive vehicle like a submarine to inspect the ocean, to repair oils and gas pipelines, to help us explore and maintain in the environment. We have the intelligent cars, also something that is an advanced application of the information you study in the EC program. Intelligent cars, this looks like a dream. It looks like something that is in the future, in Doraemon. But this car is actually built by BMW in 2016 as a concept car, okay? Illustrating the use of intelligent electronic computing to help us make a vehicle that can drive itself, can help us maintain safety, identify objects that we may be colliding with, and make intelligent choices. Again, electronics and communication. We also have computer vision, the use of cameras, the use of optical sensors for us to monitor, okay, the environment. This is used a lot in automation. When you're producing something and the product line goes very, very fast, okay, or the electronic chips going very, very fast, you use computer vision to help us find errors, okay? So biomedical engineering, prosthetics, exoskeleton design. You know Mr. Tony Stark, Iron Man. His Iron Man suit is actually an exoskeleton, which falls in the category of biomedical engineering. And lastly, smart grid technology regarding the energy management system. And however, I'm going to now go on. Okay, so that is your future. That is what happens when you study electronics and communication program. That is what you will be able to do. But in order to do that, you have to study. The courses at the EC program are divided into several categories. In the second year, your focus will be on the basic courses. So if you look at this list, these courses help you with giving you the basic tools you will need about circuit analysis, about math, about computer tools. Okay, I've highlighted the course that is in EE Lab. Okay, once you have these basic tools, you can then move on to the core courses. The core courses on digital circuits, electronic circuits, communication, feedback, microprocessors. But that's not where it stops. Once you have the core courses, then you can move on to the technical, advanced courses that you will actually need to build something. These technical courses are specific. If you think of the topics that I've already talked about, all of these courses will help us achieve those targets, like antenna design, radio antenna designs, optical communication in fiber optics, data communication, digital communication, signal processing. And not only this, we have another set of courses that you can choose. So these are all courses that you have to study. But from that, you can even go into more detail by choosing the course you like, those elective courses in the different fields of robotics, automation, computer vision, integrated circuit, physical electronics, and so forth. Now the thing is, all of these courses, which are all available in your undergraduate catalog, all right, has now been certified by the Council of Engineers in Electrical Engineering, specifically in the fields of communication. Now, similar to other programs, in the fourth year, you also have the options to study either completing your senior project. This is more towards students who would like to go on to graduate studies because it teaches you how to do research. It teaches you how to apply the knowledge you have obtained from class into actually building and completing a project. You can go for a foreign exchange program if your goal is to experience foreign culture and to look for graduate studies abroad, or you can even do extended training to help you enter into the industries and into companies. All right? So I think the time may be coming up soon. Let's look at what to do next, or where next. Where do EC students go after they finish the basic courses? Right? So to do this, I'm going to talk about our graduates that are now going all over the world. Okay, the main destination is America, Europe, Japan, and Australia. All right? So let us first start with our graduate studies. Now, the EC program has been in existence at SIIT for 20 plus years, 24 going on 25 years. We have about 20 batches. That's a large number of graduates. I cannot stand here and list every single one of them. I'm going to choose the one that I find the most interesting. Those are the students that got scholarships to different universities. This is just a fraction of the scholarship recipients. They have obtained scholarships, the Fulbright Scholarship going to the University of Michigan, the Japanese scholarship, the MEX Monbu Kakakusho Scholarship going to Japan at Keio University, Tokyo Institute of Technology, the Panasonic Scholarship, the scholarship in Sweden, in England. Okay? We have an established history of sending our students to graduate studies and receiving prestigious scholarships. But this is, again, true of all of the engineering programs at SIIT. It's something that we're very, very proud of as an institution. What about your jobs? Who wants us? Now, several years ago, I listed companies that would hire EC engineers. This year, I'm taking a different approach. I did a survey of EC graduates. Where are they now? And what surprises me is that a large portion of them are still working in the EC-related fields at very, very famous companies. These are just, again, a fraction of the companies that we have. You know them. You know them. You know True, AAS, DTAC. On the left-hand side here, you have your basic telecommunication companies in Thailand. We're not just limited to telecommunication. We have companies related to electronic design like Fujikura, NEC, Sony, Fabrinet, okay? We have manufacturers like Hitachi, Toshiba, Honda, Toyota, okay? We have software companies like Google. We have PEA, the Provincial Electricity Authority of Thailand. We have Chevron. These are not just communications companies, but they are all companies that require electronics and communications engineer. If you don't believe me, these are some of the faces we have. Okay, so I began with some of the older members because they have been working for many years. They've achieved very high positions in their companies. We have Pichai Nahab. He is the country manager of Thailand and the entire Indochina region for Access Communication, his batch 4. We have the product line manager, Pimon Nahab, Pitang, telecommunication engineer at PEA, assistant manager of research at NEC, vice president of ECHO, okay, an energy company. The vice president of ASIT is Nong Pong Nahab. We have engineer working at Fabrinet, PM Nahab. We have even more students working in Google, Ta Nahab. Song is at Siemens. We have No at Toshiba. I know all of them because they are either, I'm a graduate of SIIT as well. They're either my seniors or juniors, or they are my students. We have Tuang at Sony. We have Peak at Chevron, and we have Eve at Huawei. These are all companies in various different fields. So what I'm getting at is that after studying in the electronics and communication field, after you have obtained the basic knowledge and advanced knowledge, both theoretical and practical, okay, you can either choose to go and study master's and PhD, or you can choose to go into the industry. But this, today, is just the beginning. Welcome to your future. It is the start of a bright new day. Hello, world. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. ขอบคุณมากครับ
Thank you very much for a vibrant presentation. We have 2 more programs under the School of Manufacturing Systems and Mechanical Engineering. So I'm very sure that every freshman student understand the term factors of production. So if you are interested in finding a way to maximize the efficiency of the factor of production to make a product or service, you might be interested in these two programs. I would like to invite Assistant Professor Dr. Suchada Rienmora, Chairperson of IE Curriculum, to present the detailed information for the Industrial Engineering program.
Okay, thank you so much. And thank you for that Itisek that he made me feel a little bit pressure, but I tried my best this time. So first of all, I would like to introduce you just like the small information, what is industrial engineering. So let's start with the few slides for this part. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, for this part, you may see that industrial engineering, as the name of industrial, it's been about you can, before, maybe basically in history of industrial engineering, you may think about how well that we can like invest, how well that we can put our money to earn a lot of money. I think right now something changed because I will tell you about how this changed, about the slide here, we show you about the overall criteria for the industrial engineering. You may see on the slide, on your left-hand side, you see about the resources that do we need. If you think about industrial, you may think about knowledge, which are materials, machines, people, time, and money. This part, it's about the input for the investment. And next, about materials and the analysis. It's been about if you have money, how well do you can manage your money to earn a lot of benefits. And you see on your right-hand side, we show you about the output. After you prepare well about these two, for sure you will get a very high benefit for this part. And how that, okay, the bridge of the gap. Some of the questions may ask me that, have you ever heard about management technology before? Yes. Engineering management? Yes. And the difference among these three, industrial engineering, management technology, and engineering management. I'll tell you like this. For MT plus EM, I'm trying to summarize these two with a short description. It's about how well do you can manage the technology for support you and your life. How to integrate the technology to, let's say like we can talk about the money and earn a lot of money, but in engineering point of view, we're trying to find a method. Not only the technology itself, we're trying to know about the raw materials, the machines they're gonna apply for producing different types of the products. And finally, we're trying to launch you the method or even the strategies. Plus, right now, you have the new term for industrial engineering, which is called logistics supply chain. Am I right? Logistics supply chain, right now for the master degree in this institute, we also provide the cost for you because logistics supply chain and industrial engineering is quite the same and quite close together because we're trying to put the man into the resource. We're trying to integrate the amount of the raw materials, tied to add the value of that raw materials by using a right manufacturing process, and then you will get a perfect quality of the products. And I will tell you in a few slides in here that for IE is about we're trying to increase the efficiency of the machines by using the concept of maintenance technologies, by increasing about the plant process design, or even we're trying to integrate the manufacturing process or even the advanced one on the traditional one for enhancing the productivity here. And right now, faster since the time is not quite like long for me for this part. I'm trying to summarize to you as the characteristic of the IE students. The first one, since you right now are in the first year, am I right? You have to know the background of the math, science, and some other like subject that sometimes you don't want to study. But once you decide the IE, I do want you only two things. First one, I prefer math. Okay, I do love the one that would love to play with the math because the math is very important for the engineering field. And the second one, I do care about, thank you, okay. And right now we're trying to talk about the strategy that use small background of the science. So I will show you in a minute for this part. The reason that I tell you that the math is really important for you because some of the students right now that I face the problem of the second year student, they cannot pass the math 1 and 2. So it's quite difficult that you can graduate within 4 years. It's very, very difficult. How do we prepare about that part? The first one, you have to concentrate on the practice that the lecturer trying to give you the assignment. And the second one, how do well that we can make a good communication between the human. What is the sign that you get? You have to study science, am I right? Or the other, maybe TU, sometimes it's quite important for you. All right, some of you may feel when they talk TU, you smile a little bit, so you have something wrong, all right? So TU, it's quite important for you in some part because IE also, not only do you play with the money, machines, you have to play with the humans too. And can I study IE? I said yes, everybody that has a GPA more than 2, you can study in IE, but I prefer the one that really love to play with the maths, a little bit in science, plus you have open-minded for opening the new technology. Okay, I will tell you about the technology that can produce to you or launch to you in the near future. I will tell you this part. One thing why IE is very important, not only IE, I think you know that industrial engineering is in the school of MSME. Thank you for answering me. Okay, MSME stands for? Okay, no worry, I will let Ajahn Tanya say, sorry, to answering this. Actually, IE plus MA, we are in the same school. Some of you might feel very confused, the difference between these two criteria or like subjects. I will tell you briefly like this. Even we are in the same school of MSMA, okay, we're trying to make you like this. Industrial engineering, for sure, after you graduate from the school, you will get what? License, engineering license, right? It's very important. And how do you get the license? The first thing, you have to pass the core course first, which is quite difficult. I think this is very important for you for the, thank you for that like sound. And here, for sure, IE and MA, we also have the engineering license. Similar, I think, similar like civil and right now electrical engineering too. But moving to this point, the reason that I would like to emphasize a few minutes on that part because the student who want to study in RE, they have no idea the difference between these two options. You may see on your left-hand side, we called industrial engineering options. And on your right-hand side, we call manufacturing engineering options. You see that? Besides industrial engineering, we also separated the portion of the field of the research or the field of interest to be 2 portions. On your left-hand side, talking about how well did you manage your money, how well that you can plan your strategy, how well that you can put the location, right position, hire a good person to increase your benefit. But without the machines, you cannot launch the product, am I right? Move faster to the right-hand side. Let's talk about the machines. The majority difference of this two is about the manufacturing process. We trying to introduce you how to select the best or the proper manufacturing processes or the machines to produce the parts or the products while maintaining high quality of the surface, high quality of the dimensions, or high quality of trying to satisfy the customer requirement. Okay, this one is different. On your left-hand side, you may study about cost analysis, simulations. Okay, on your right-hand side, talking about manufacturing process, how to make the robotics and how to apply the automated system to produce the parts and to decrease the time. Okay, I think I spent quite a long time for talking about something not quite interesting much for you. So sorry for so many texts for you here because it's some important information that I want you to know. And for this part, as I mentioned before about supply chain and logistic system or management, and right now in our program, we're trying to add the subjects called supply chain and logistic management for the student in bachelor level. Because 2 years ago, we add this subject only for the master student. But I think if we make a good background for the basic level, they can convey the information like this and then can improve themselves and know the way to select their future. So we add supply chain to this point. Okay. I think in the future, we're trying to add some other technology for the basic level to the students too. Let's move faster to the next one. You may see from this side, so sorry the picture is not quite clear enough. Show you this is a traditional machining process. The one or the student who selected ME or IE department in the second year, first semester, they are all study about the basic manufacturing process. Why it is important? Because if you know the basic concept of this kind of machine, in the future, if you have your own business or own company, you may know the price for the raw materials. You may know the basic concept or the function of the machine that you can apply for the further study or maybe the future works. Okay, this is a track for the fourth year students. I think it is quite similar to EC department. You may see that we have 3 main tracks. The first one we call the exchange track. It's mean what? It's quite interesting for the student that do want to study in the other country for earning some experiences or even for improving their English is fine, but I think the main thing is about we trying to support the student who want to study in the other technology from the other country. It's very, very good for them. But based on my history, it's just a few students could be allowed by our school. The reason is about because we have a very, very interesting research waiting for them in the senior project terms, okay? Because I will tell you in a minute about what is the senior project track in here, and faster on your right-hand side about extended industrial training. This one may be the result from, you know that when you studied in the 3rd year, you're gonna have the summer training at the 2nd semester, am I right? Okay, you know that? Yes, and then in case that the industrial that you paid 3 months, okay, on some research, or you feel very interesting to be extended after you finish the summer training, you can do that, okay? But I think this one should be, after you raise this kind of issue to us, our faculty members, we will think about this later on. Okay, so one thing, the first 2 tracks can be possible for you to be selected, okay? But this one, I think 5 years ago, have never ever allowed the student to do this. But actually, it is your choice. But okay, again, held the sound for this part. This is to show some parts of the machines that you have to learn. In 2nd year, you think you have no experiences before on this kind of heavy machines or very weird machines, but I will try to say you like this. In RE department, we ask a very professional let's say like lecturer and teachers who have maybe 30 years experiences on the machining process before to teach you. They spend a whole day, maybe more than 8 hours for teaching you to use the basic machine. So your children, your kids, and my beloved student will be safe enough, okay, for using a very dangerous machine here, okay. And next, not only the traditional one, we also have the advanced machine for you. Some of the company and the industry, we also applying advanced manufacturing process for saving the time and cost. Comparison between the traditional one and the advanced one like this one provide you a very precise parts, and the student who will study this part may be in the 4th year student, because you know about the basic before, and right now you will be increasing your level to be higher. Okay, this is not quite clear. This is the other application. Actually, this one we made by our faculty members, and we made by our senior project students, and we made by our group of the researcher, okay? You see that we're trying to integrate the concept that we have learned in the class, which are the robotics, PLC, and sensors. We're trying to communicate a very basic concept to generate a very big machine that can be launched to the real market. And metrology labs, we also provide the metrology lab for, actually this is quite old, okay, but we're trying to buy the new one for you for sure. But this one is very old version of, you can see from the screen, so sorry for this. But I'm trying to tell you that not only the advanced machine to provide to you, I will teach you how to measure, after you get the parts, am I right, how to measure that part, how to check the accuracy of the repeats. We also have this lab for you, okay, you will study this part too. This is some of the simulations that I mentioned before. For IE options, as I mentioned before, we have 2 options, am I right? IE and manufacturing option. For this part, it belongs to IE options. We will know how to locate the machine and the location of the factory, okay, and about the inventory for reducing the distances and the transportation cost. We also studied about this one too. This is my research. Okay, this research is about manufacturing parts. Before, you may see this kind of thing, reverse engineering, perhaps, not sure, but have you ever heard about 3D printing? Nope. Some of the students come to ask me about what is 3D printing and how to generate the 3D CAD model or the 3D virtual model from the laser scanner. Okay, some of the animation, like a movie, like Avatar, also use this laser scanner to generate a body of the people or the characters. We also do the same style. We also have this laser scanner in our lab. If you want to scan your face, or you want to make some plastic surgery in some day, I can make it for you. I can generate your face for you to check whether or not your figure on your face is perfect. So in this case, this is some research that we have done recently in our lab. I asked my senior student to generate the 3D CAD model of the skulls. The output from this system, you can see that not only for the manufacturing can generate the 3D parts for you, you can send this one for maybe medical purpose. Okay? Right now, everybody play with the camera, am I right? Instead of using the 3D laser scanner like this, I can generate 3D CAD model for you by using cell phone. You just take a picture all around your head, and then I'll generate you like this. Okay? If you want to, please join SIIT with IE program. And this part, before we study about the head, come back down to the foot. We also do the research about the body too. Right now, some problem of the shoes is the very main issues for us. Maybe for the lady to wear high heels, So I try to do the research for the lady who always stand very long period of time. I make the prototype of this part. Okay, talked much. Then I'm trying to talk about the opportunity, since I have very interesting video clips waiting for you here. And right now, this is a further opportunity for studying. I think it's quite similar to the other departments. You can, everybody that designed to study at SIIT, I think they're a good choice and a good decision. Because everybody that graduated from SIIT, not only from IE or ME or the other department, you have a great opportunity for studying in the other countries, okay? And career of work or career opportunity, as a name, industrial engineering, you can be anything that you want to because you study so many subjects, all right? You have so many channels to be placed in some very famous types of the organization, for example, the bank, healthcare service, or even maybe government sector. You can be anything that you want to, at least you get higher grades, or even you give graduate from IE. I think it's very great for you to study in the other section in the future. And I think demand for professional careers, this is the very draft for you to see, so I will skip this part. Okay, let's move faster to the key points. Actually, this is not my keywords for today's presentations, but I will tell you that the responsible study, what does it mean? You have to study pretty hard for the first year, am I right? For the basic lectures. Because, for example, if you want to study in plant design, but you cannot pass Math 3, so you cannot study operation research or plant design. So this is the main thing that you have to. A second one, the salary high. So I think it depends on your capability and your performance too. So I cannot guarantee that. You graduate from IE, you will get a higher salary. Impossible, because it may come from your ability. And next, the wide opportunities. For sure, I cannot give you an opportunity. You have to earn that one by yourself. I think it would be better. And for sure, IE license, we get license. If you can pass the call cost more than C, you can get that too. And this is our faculty members, 6 faculty members. Professor Paisan, you may see him before. He's very expert on plant design. Professor Nawi, Ajahn Nawi, he's very kind and nice. Okay, you can go to see him in the office. He very expert on cost analysis or the simulations about the plant design, production planning. Ajahn Jirachai, he's very expert on stat and logistic. For me, only manufacturing, only the machine, talk to the machines. And for Ajahn Sun, right now, his research is about the energy and how do you save the energy for your factory, and talk about this green technology. And the last one, Ajahn Naramit, he also the same line, you see? Okay, his research is about logistics and supply chain. Okay, if you have any question, you can ask him. And thank you so much. I trying to say something to you before I give you to see the video clips presentation here. I've said that I used to study here before as the IE student in the batch 10, okay, maybe 10 years ago. Something that I feel on that part is about I feel very pain and very hurt when I cannot pass some subject. It's quite difficult. I will tell you that actually we have 2 types of the pain. One that hurts you. Then the another one will change you, okay? That pain will change you to be the better person. The pain will change you to be very fantastic people. But the pain cannot hurt you anymore if you study in IE, because I will get rid of your pain. Okay, so let's see about the PowerPoint presentation here. Stop here and see 5-minute video clips Okay, raise your hand, please. This sister, you are in the 3rd year, am I right? Okay, raise your hand, please. Okay, if you have any question, you can ask her because she is the one that study in IE department. Okay, and she also made this video clips for us. Thank you. It's based on
ไม่ต้อง
the
คิด
true
มากนะคะ
story.
คุณพักดื่มน้ำก่อนก็ได้
โรงงานก็จะเจ๊งอยู่แล้วเงินที่จะจ่ายพนักงานยังไม่มีเลยข้าวเราจะเอาเงินที่ไหนซื้อยังไม่รู้เลยเนี่ย
ฉันทราบดีค่ะ ฉันก็พยายามประหยัดที่สุดแล้ว
ทำมาก็ตั้งนาน ตอนแรกก็คิดว่าแค่ไม่ได้เรียนมันก็ไม่น่าใช่เป็นปัญหาแต่ตอนนี้มันเริ่มไม่ใช่แล้วผมไม่คิดว่ามันจะแก้ได้ด้วยซ้ำ
หรือว่าเราจะใช้เงินก้อนสุดท้ายไปเปิดร้านอาหารดีจะได้ส่งให้ลูกเรียนจบได้
เงินก้อนนั้นผมคงต้องเอาไปจ้างพนักงานออกผมขอโทษผมมันไม่ได้เรื่อง
ใจะเย็นๆค่ะคุณเดี๋ยวเราก็หาทางออกได้นะ
ขอโทษ
ฮัลโหลโอ๊ตขอบใจมากเลยนะเว้ยที่ติวให้วันนั้นอะฉันรู้สึกว่าฉันทำข้อสอบได้ว่ะเอางี้ไหมถ้าฉันสอบผ่านฉันจะเลี้ยงชาบูแกเอางี้แกอยากกินอะไรฉันเลี้ยงแกหมดเลยอ่ะ
เฮ้ยแกหาเงินเองได้แล้วเหรอวะใช้เงินให้มันรู้เรื่องหน่อยดีพ่อแม่หาเงินมาลำบากนะเว้ย
เฮ้ยเป็นไรปะเนี่ยทำไมต้องโดนขนาดนี้อะ
โทษทีพอดีที่บ้านเรามีเรื่องเครียดนิดหน่อยอะเรากลับบ้านไปใช่ปะเราแอบได้ยินพ่อแม่เราคุยกันคือเหมือนธุรกิจที่บ้านเริ่มไม่ค่อยดีแล้วอะแต่แกเข้าใจป่ะว่าพ่อเราอะเป็นคนขยันมากๆเลยนะคือเมื่อก่อนอะเศรษฐกิจแบบมันรุ่งเรืองกว่านี้มากอะแต่คือหลายๆปีที่ผ่านมามันแย่ลงเรื่อยๆเลยอะ
ฉันเข้าใจแกมันเป็นเรื่องใหญ่มากๆเลยอะเอางี้แกใจเย็นก่อนนะคืนนี้ก็นอนพักเอาแรงก่อนพรุ่งนี้ค่อยช่วยกันคิดทำอะไรได้ก็เราก็ทำไปก่อนอะ
ช่วยกันคิดแล้วมันจะทำอะไรได้วะเรายังเป็นเด็กกันอยู่เลยนะ
เฮ้ยมันต้องได้ดีทำไมจะไม่ได้เราไม่ต้องคิดมากอะรีบนอนเถอะ
โอเคงั้นเจอกันพรุ่งนี้แล้วกัน
แกไม่ต้องคิดมากนะเป็นห่วงอะ
โอเค thank you มากเจอกัน
โอเคแกบาย
วันนี้เรียนไม่รู้เรื่องเลยอะ
เฮ้ยโอ้ฉันบอกแกแล้วไงว่าอย่าคิดมากเครียดไปมันก็ไม่มีอะไรดีขึ้นเลยนะเว้ย
คือจะไม่ให้เครียดเลยมันก็ไม่ได้อะคือแกเข้าใจป่ะว่าคือพ่อแม่เราตอนนี้ก็เครียดอยู่อะปัญหามันก็ยังมีอยู่อะเราอยู่เฉยๆไม่ได้วะ
แต่เราที่ฟังมานะปัญหาของบ้านโอ๊ตอ่ะมันเกิดจากการบริหารงานที่ผิดพลาดนะแล้วพวกเราอ่ะก็เป็น IE อ่ะเราก็พอมีความรู้ทั้งด้านนี้อยู่บ้างอ่ะเราว่าเราเอาความรู้ที่เรามีไปลองปรึกษาอาจารย์ดูไหม
ก็น่าจะเวิร์กนะ
ใช่ฉันเห็นด้วยนะ
โอ๊ตจะได้ไม่เครียด IE ช่วยกันระดมสมอง
ใช่อ่ะงั้นที่นี้เราไปหาอาจารย์เลยดีไหมเราจะตั้งใจเรียนก่อน
โอเค
ไม่ต้องคิดมาก
อาจารย์สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ
คือผมมีเรื่องอยากจะปรึกษาอาจารย์หน่อยอะครับ
เชิญค่ะยินดีเลยนั่งก่อน
เรื่องมันก็เป็นอย่างนี้แหละครับอาจารย์
เท่าที่อาจารย์ลองฟังดูนะปัญหาหลักเนี่ยมันน่าจะเกิดจากการวางแผนที่ไม่ดีพอเหมือนกับว่าเรามีทรัพยากรอยู่พร้อมเนี่ยแต่ว่าเราไม่สามารถนำมันมาใช้ได้อย่างเต็มที่นะคะ
ครับแล้วอย่างนี้ผมจะเริ่มจากตรงไหนได้บ้างครับ
จริงๆอาจารย์ว่ามันแก้ไขได้จากหลายจุดนะแต่คิดว่าให้ไปขอคุณพ่อคุณแม่นำแผนผังโรงงานมาให้อาจารย์ดูก่อนแล้วอาจารย์จะบอกอะไรได้มากกว่านี้ค่ะ
งั้นเดี๋ยวผมคงต้องลองคุยกับคุณพ่อดูก่อนนะครับ
คืออาจารย์เป็นอาจารย์วิชา IE เป็นวิชาที่เกี่ยวกับการวางแผนและการควบคุมการผลิตซะเป็นส่วนใหญ่โดยนิสัยการทำงานตรงนี้มันหล่อหลอมให้อาจารย์เองเนี่ยหรือคนที่ทำงานตรงนี้มีนิสัยที่ช่างสังเกตแล้วก็เป็นคนที่มีความละเอียดเราไม่ได้มองแค่ด้านเดียวเราไม่ได้มองแค่สิ่งที่เป็นไปได้แต่เรามองสิ่งที่เป็นไปไม่ได้ไปพร้อมๆกันด้วย
อย่างนี้ผมคงต้องตั้งใจเรียนวิชาภาคให้มากกว่านี้แล้วนะฮะ
แน่นอนทุกวิชาเลยลองไปคุยกับพ่อคุณแม่ดูนะอาจารย์ยินดีช่วยเต็มที่เลย
ครับก็ขอบคุณอาจารย์มากครับ
ขอบคุณค่ะ
ครับ
เย็นนี้ว่างไปอ่านหนังสือกันป่ะ
ว่าจะชวนอยู่พอดีเลยไปกัน
โทษทีว่ะคือเย็นนี้เรามีนัดกับพ่อเราว่าจะไปโรงงานกันอ่ะ
โอ้
โทษ
โอ้ขอแซวหน่อยได้ป่ะตั้งแต่ไปถามอาจารย์เรื่องปัญหาที่โรงงานและพัฒนาให้มันดีขึ้นเนี่ยก็โรงงานก็ดีขึ้นก็ไม่มีเวลาไปอ่านหนังสือกับเพื่อนเลยเอ้ยฉันอยากรู้ว่าแล้วโรงงานเกียร์ตอนนี้เป็นไงบ้างอะ
ก็ดีขึ้นมากเลยนะแล้วล่าสุดอ่ะพ่อเราอ่ะเพิ่งขยายสโคปของบริษัทอ่ะให้เป็นระดับ international นะ
อย่างนี้ก็ดีเลยดิเพิ่มการผลิตได้เยอะมากเลยใช่ปะ
ดีขึ้นเยอะเลยอ่ะ
อ้าวเดี๋ยวนะฉันสงสัยอะสมมุติว่าถ้าเกิดขยายสโคปอย่างเงี้ยแล้วบ้านโอ๊ตจะบริหารยังไงอะ
อ๋อคือพ่อเราอ่ะเอาเทคโนโลยีเข้ามาช่วยในการบริหาร คือด้วยความที่ตอนเนี้ยมันกว้างขึ้นแล้วถูกปะมันก็จะมีหลายแผนกแล้วสมมติเวลามีข้อมูลอะไรมาอย่างเงี้ยมันก็อัปเดตแบบไปที่ทุกแผนกแบบเรียลไทม์เลยอ่ะคือข้อมูลมาปุ๊บรู้ทุกแผนกเลย
โอ้แน่เนาะจริงเลยงี้ก็ไม่เป็นไรหรอกเดี๋ยวเราแบ่งหนังสือกี้2 คนก็ได้เข้าโรงงานเถอะ
โทษทีคราวหน้าแล้วกัน
พรุ่งนี้เจอกันแก
เจอกันบาย
แหมคุณเดี๋ยวนี้ไฮเทคใหญ่แล้วนะ
ไม่ใช่หรอกคุณต้องคอยอัปเดตข่าวสารตลอดเวลา
นึกถึงวันนั้นเนาะที่เราเล่าปัญหาให้ลูกฟังใหม่ๆอ่ะ
ไม่หรอกครับก็ได้มาจากคำปรึกษาของอาจารย์ครับแล้วก็หลักๆเนี่ยก็มาจากที่ผมเรียนในห้องเรียนนะครับไม่ว่าจะเป็นเรื่องการจัดการโรงงานวิชาแพลนดีไซน์ฮะทำให้เราวางแผนระบบเครื่องจักรนู่นนี่นั่นลดคอสเพิ่มรายได้อะไรอย่างเงี้ยฮะหรือว่าจะเป็นวิชา MIS ที่ทำให้เราได้รู้การจัดการเทคโนโลยีต่างๆนะแล้วเราก็สามารถเอามาใช้ในชีวิตประจำวันเราได้ด้วย
ไม่เสียเลยนะเนี่ยที่ส่งลูกเรียน IE SIIT
ผมลองแล้วและผมท้าให้คุณลอง
Okay, the last one is from the school, mechanical engineering that involve designing, testing, controlling any system that involve a moving part. I would like to invite Dr. Tanyaset Setubut to present the information for the mechanical engineering.
สวัสดีครับ Good morning. My name is Tanyaset Setubut. I'm representative of Mechanical Engineering Program and also SIIT alumni. Okay. Today, I will give you a very short and brief introduction about our program. Because I know that we have a high demand of students who are going to select us as your primary concern. So could I know that the one who select us as your primary concern, could you raise your hand, please? So raise your hand. For the parents, you don't need to, okay? Okay. What is the mechanical engineering? Let's see the next slide. What is the mechanical engineering? This is the definition of the mechanical engineering that concerned with the design, development, manufacture, installation, testing, operation, maintenance, and management of machine and mechanical system. Such as the thermodynamic and combustion system, about heat transfer processes, automated system, so the robotic devices, and many more. So we need to accomplish this requirement, so we need a wide range of skill. Okay. And what job that you can do with mechanical engineering degree? You can be an automotive engineer and work in automotive industry to design in production manufacturing process of automobile. You can work in aerospace industry in testing, maintenance, design, and production of aircraft and aircraft. Okay. In a real industry, you can work in real industry field. Okay. Also the testing, maintenance, design of the railway system. You can work in robotic field in the application of robot and their control system. Petroleum industry in production, exploration of oil and gas industry. Okay. In biomedical, we use the application of mechanical engineering principle to apply for the healthcare purposes. For example, diagnosis, treatment, okay. And also energy technology. Focus on energy efficiency, energy services for non-renewable and renewable energy system. Okay. To be a mechanical engineer, what you have to do or to study. In mechanical engineering program, in third year, we provide two options. The first option is general ME. The second one is energy management, which focus on the energy system. These core courses, it's the one who graduate in ME department need to satisfy these following core courses. For example, thermodynamics, fluid dynamics, turbomachinery, heat transfer, about the refrigeration and air conditioning system. Okay, and each option we have compulsory elective courses in different option. For general ME, students need to enroll in measurement and instrumentation, internal combustion engine, engineering, economy, engineering management, and the option of energy management. These following four courses need to be certified. Okay. For mechanical engineering program, the mechanical engineering graduate for both options are grant of the degree of a Bachelor of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering. Okay. For our curriculum is certified by two external standard organization. For academic track, our curriculum certified by Office of the Higher Education Commission, and for professional track, our curriculum certified by the Council of Engineers. Okay. This is the statistical data, is the total number of students who graduate from mechanical engineering from 2006 to 2014. Commonly, 15 to 45% of students went for further education after graduation. For this year, 2014, or the last year graduation student, 40 students graduated last year. 12 of them go for their further study, mostly in United Kingdom, and 38 of them go for this following company. One of them work for Chevron, two of them work for Toyota Asia Pacific, two work for Hino. Also, two of our students work for ISU. This one is the data from the last academic year. Okay. Okay. That's all for mechanical engineering. On behalf of mechanical engineering program, we would like to invite the student and everyone who's strong enough. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is the end of the information sessions. However, the last part is very important, is Q&A questions, is Q&A sessions. In order to make a better decision, you need to have all necessary information. This is the times that I would like to encourage everyone, students and parents, to ask any question concerning your program interest. You can ask your questions in Thai and in English, and a channel that we provide you is you can ask or put your question to the system with our online system. However, if you would like to ask a question inside this room, or if you would like to ask a question here, please ask one of our representatives. Our student will hand you a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil.ถ้าผู้ปกครองท่านใดนะคะหรือว่านักศึกษาเองอยากจะถามคำถามนะคะโดยที่ไม่ผ่านระบบออนไลน์นะคะสามารถยกมือแล้วเดี๋ยวนักศึกษาจะยื่นกระดาษกับปากกาให้ค่ะ
Okay, the first question is in Thai, so I will answer in Thai. ถ้าได้ภาควิชาที่ไม่ประสงค์จะขอเรียน2คณะน่าจะเป็น2ภาคนะฮะได้หรือไม่ไม่ได้นะครับคือภาคที่ไม่ได้หมายความว่าเขาเต็มแล้วนะฮะก็คือจะเข้าไม่ได้ทีนี้ถ้าจะไปลงโดยที่ไม่ได้เป็นนักเรียนของสาขานั้นนะฮะก็คิดว่าก็จะลงไม่ได้เพราะว่าคลาสก็จะเต็มนะฮะแล้วถึงแม้ลงไปก็ผมเชื่อว่าเรียนกลายเป็นว่าจะไม่จบทั้ง2สาขาภายใน4ปีนะฮะก็ไม่มีประโยชน์อะไรฮะคือถ้าไม่ได้ก็คือไม่ได้ครับ Okay, could you please rank the program by eGPA? I think I could not answer that. You can go directly to each program and you may ask whether the programs are popular or not. But I think the best strategy is to order your choices based on what you would like to study, not based on GPA. And in any case, you have a program. Each student will have a program to study. So you don't have to worry about the popularity of the program. You just you just order your preferences based on what you would like to study. And that will be the best strategy. This is different from entrance examination where suppose you have 6 choices and you have to make sure that the last choice is low enough so that you can enter university. In our case, each of student will have a program to study. So you just have to order the program selection based on your real preference. Don't worry about popularity of the program. สำหรับเด็กที่เข้าเทอม2จะมีสิทธิ์เท่ากับเด็กเทอม1หรือไม่และจะใช้คะแนนในการตัดสินอย่างไรนะฮะเด็กที่เข้าเทอม2จะใช้คะแนนเทอม2เท่านั้นนะครับเพราะฉะนั้นคะแนนเทอม1ซึ่งไม่มีเนี่ยก็จะไม่ถูกนำมาคิดว่าเป็นศูนย์ของ eGPA นะฮะสมมุติเทอม2นี่ต้องเรียน6ตัวเขาเรียน6ตัวได้ A หมดก็ได้ A นะครับเพราะฉะนั้นเพราะว่าเขาเรียนได้แค่นั้นเขาเข้าเทอม2ครับอาจารย์ช่วยผมโอเค more question alright I will throw questions to all of you
ตอนนี้นะครับมีคำถามอีกคำถามหนึ่งนะครับถ้าเลือกภาควิชา EC และต้องการเรียนวิชาใน ME หรือ IE บางวิชาจะทำอย่างไรนะครับในกรณีนี้นะครับจริงๆแล้วทุกหลักสูตรนะครับจะมีวิชาที่เป็นตัว elective นะครับที่สามารถเลือกนอกภาคได้ด้วยนะครับอย่างเช่นตัว free elective นะครับอันนี้ทาง EC ก็จะมีจัดให้นักศึกษาสามารถเลือกวิชาที่อาจจะอยู่ใน IE ก็ได้หรือ ME ก็ตามนะครับแต่ทั้งนี้ทั้งนั้นเนี่ยก็จะเรียนได้หรือไม่นี่จะขึ้นอยู่กับทางภาควิชาแล้วตัวรายวิชานั้นว่ามีที่นั่งพอหรือเปล่านะครับแต่ว่านักศึกษาสามารถมีทางเลือกตรงนั้นด้วยถ้ารู้สึกว่าอยากเรียนวิชาเมเจอร์เป็น EC แต่อยากจะ mix and match นะครับกับภาควิชาอื่นด้วยก็สามารถทำได้ครับเรียนเกินหลักสูตรก็ได้ครับอยากศึกษา aerodynamics ต้องเรียนสาขาไหนครับก็ ME ครับ
ME ครับ Aerodynamic ใช่ครับ
I heard that CET is difficult to find CHE sorry I heard that CHE is difficult to find the jobs nowadays from senior is it true
Who said that I never heard that the price of the gasoline may drop but this is opportunities because of the raw material cost and the logistic and the transportation actually get low. Once again, I never heard that. We have 0% of vacants of the job. We get the job always. Who say that? Answer your questions.
Okay, director said that all of our students who would like to work, all of them have jobs. Okay, so that comment
I would like to
all the programs.
Advertise for SIIT. For all of the engineering program, all of the programs in SIIT, we have the highest rate to get the job in first 3 months. So I don't think that is the questions that applicable for nowadays. No matter how economics go, I think that SIT will survive. If not, I'm gonna go somewhere else. We're gonna go somewhere else, right? Professor Putta, our student very successful in finding a job nowadays.
Yes, the best. Okay. ถ้า eGPA เมื่อเทียบแล้วไม่ตรงกับตำแหน่งสาขาที่เลือกทั้ง4สาขาจะถูกเข้าเรียนในสาขาไม่ได้เลือกใช่หรือไม่นะครับก็คือเรามีอยู่5ใช่ไหมครับทาง engineering เนี่ยก็เลือกหมดใช่ไหมครับทีนี้ถ้ายังไงก็ต้องได้อันหนึ่งเพราะว่า แต่ว่าอันนั้นเนี่ยอาจจะไม่ใช่อันที่เราอยากได้ที่มากที่ดีที่สุดใช่ไหมครับอาจจะได้สมมุติแย่สุดก็คือได้อันสุดท้ายแต่ก็ได้แล้วถ้าได้อันสุดท้ายก็ต้องเรียนอันสุดท้ายครับนั่นคือข้อตกลงนะครับเพราะว่าการที่มาได้อันสุดท้ายนี่แสดงว่าอันอื่นไปหมดละเข้าไม่ได้ก็ต้องเข้าอันสุดท้ายนะครับ
เสริมของอาจารย์พิธานะคะเมื่อกี้เดินออกไปห้องน้ำมีเด็กถามว่าถ้าสมมติเลเซลว่าจะเข้า CE เลือก CE อันเดียวได้ไหมเขียน CE 5 อันเลยไม่ช่วยนะครับ
ผมขอเสริมนะฮะสมมติเลือกมาอันเดียวอย่างนั้นหรือเลือก5อันอย่างนั้นเนี่ยกลายเป็นว่าเราจะจับใส่คุณไม่ได้ CE สมมุตินะฮะเลือก CE อันเดียวแล้วไม่ได้เนี่ยเราจะจับถือว่าเป็นเศษสุดท้ายเลยนะฮะเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยทำอย่างนั้นไม่ช่วยอะไรให้ดีขึ้นนะฮะเพราะตกปุ๊บก็คันนี้ก็กลายเป็นว่าเราก็ทิ้งชื่อนั้นไว้ก่อน
แล้วจัดอันอื่นจนครบหมดแล้วค่อยหยิบนั้นมาดูใหม่นะฮะ
อันตรายมากนะครับที่อาจารย์พิธาพูดถูกต้องนะครับเพราะว่าถ้าคุณเลือกสมมุติ let's say CE หมด5อันดับเลยแล้วก็เขาก็จะกันคุณไปไว้อีกกองหนึ่งแต่ถ้าคุณเลือกสมมติ CE แล้วก็มา ME แล้วก็แล้วมา ChemN อย่างเงี้ยแต่ว่าคะแนนคุณยังเหนือกว่าคนที่ได้ ChemN คนสุดท้ายคุณก็จะได้เบิร์ดลำดับ3แล้วก็ไปเรื่อยๆนี่ไม่ได้หมายความว่า EC ลำดับ4
แล้วทีนี้ผมเรียนจริงๆนะฮะว่าอันนี้ไม่เหมือน Entrance นะฮะคือยังไงทุกคนได้ช้อยสุดท้ายแน่ๆเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยวิธีการเลือกเนี่ยให้เลือกตามความชอบนะครับเช่นสมมุติอยากเรียน ME แต่บอกว่าโอเคคะแนนภาคอื่นสูงกว่า ME สมมุติไปรู้มาแล้วไปเลือกภาคนั้นก่อนแล้วเพลินได้ไปเลยก็อดเรียน ME นะครับซึ่งมันไม่ใช่นะฮะคือถ้าอยากเรียนอะไรก็เลือกก็ใส่ช้อยนั้นไว้ก่อนนะครับไม่ต้องไปสนใจเรื่องคะแนน EGPA ภาคไหนสูงภาคไหนต่ำตามที่เราอยากเข้าเรียนจริงๆนะครับเพราะทุกคนเนี่ยได้ช้อยสุดท้ายแน่ๆถ้าช้อยอื่นไม่ได้นะฮะนะครับยังไงก็ติดช้อยสุดท้ายครับไม่เป็นปัญหาครับโยธาครับมันเยอะจัง
คำถามนะครับสำหรับนักศึกษาที่เลือกเรียนวิศวกรรมโยธาได้รับการใบกว.ของไทยแต่สำหรับหากมีโอกาสทำงานในบริษัทในต่างประเทศและจะเป็นต้องใช้เซอร์ติฟิเคตของประเทศนั้นๆทางสถาบันมีคำแนะนำอย่างไรก็คือแต่ละประเทศจะมีกรรมการกำกับอยู่นะฮะยกเว้นอาเซียนนะอาเซียนเดี๋ยวเราคงจะมีการรับรองใบกว.ของกันและกันนะแต่ถ้าเกิดว่าจะไปทำงานที่อเมริกายังไงก็จะต้องไปสอบของเขาอีกทีหนึ่งนะฮะเพราะนั่นคือกว.ของเราเนี่ยใช้ได้เฉพาะเมืองไทยและกำลังจะใช้ได้ในอาเซียนแต่ถ้าเกิดเป็นประเทศอื่นต้องไปสอบของเขาอีกทีหนึ่งนะครับ
ครับอันคำถามนี้ไม่ค่อยเคลียร์นะฮะแต่ขอพยายามตอบนะครับภาคไหนบ้างที่เข้าไปแล้วออกได้แต่ไม่รับเพิ่มหรือต้องเลือกผ่านการเลือกภาคครั้งแรกอย่างเดียวบ้างคือทุกภาคต้องเลือกผ่านครั้งนี้อย่างเดียวนะฮะทุกภาคจะไปรอว่าภาคไหนพอจัดเสร็จแล้วมีคนขอออกแล้วช่องว่างแล้วขอไปเสียบตอนนั้นไม่ได้นะฮะทุกคนต้องเลือกสาขาวิชาตอนนี้นะครับพร้อมกันหมดนะครับรวมทั้งเด็กCPE และเด็ก IT ด้วยนะฮะซึ่งโดนฟิกไว้แล้วว่าต้องเข้าเนี่ยก็ต้องไปทำโปรเซสการเลือกอยู่ดีนะครับไม่งั้นเดี๋ยวชื่อจะหลุดไปแล้วมีปัญหานะครับ
เข้าใจว่าจะขอเสริมของเมื่อกี้นิดนึงนะครับตอนที่เราเลือกเข้ามาตั้งแต่ตอนแรกเนี่ยที่ว่าเราเลือกตาสาขาตอนสมัครไม่ได้การันตีว่าคุณจะเข้าได้นะครับตอนนี้ขึ้นอยู่กับ GPA ตอนปี1แล้วก็จะมาเข้าโปรแกรมเลือกภาคอีกทีเข้าใจว่าความหมายน่าจะครอบคลุมที่เมื่อกี้คำถามที่อาจารย์พุทธาตอบแล้วก็ได้บอกไปด้วยนะฮะว่าเข้ามาเลือกมาตอนแรกเนี่ยต้องมาพิจารณาจาก equivalent GPA นะครับ
Which program is the most difficult concerning the degree of passing or getting less honor? I think change every year. You mean first class and second class honor? I think to get first and second class honors at SIT is not easy. So you have to work hard. We don't have a lot of students or graduates who get honors. So comparing to other faculty in Thammasat University, so you have to work hard. But good students will always get honors, distinction. มีการเลือกภาคกี่รอบเดียวนะครับภาคไหนเป็นที่ต้องการของตลาดมากที่สุดถ้าถามทุกคนก็จะบอกภาคตัวเองฉะนั้นผมก็จะขอไม่ตอบนะครับถ้าผู้หญิงเรียน CE ทำงานอะไรได้มั่งคะ
ก็ขึ้นกับว่าเป็นผู้หญิงแบบไหน เพื่อนผมบางคนมันลุยมากเขาให้มันทำงานออฟฟิศมันไม่ยอมทำหนูบอกหนูอยากออกไซต์ นะก็คืองาน CE มันไม่เป็นต้องออกไซต์ทุกคนนะเพราะว่ามันมีทั้งงานคอนซัลท์ไปนั่งออฟฟิศกับงานออกแบบก็ไปนั่งออฟฟิศนะฮะแต่ว่าถ้าเกิดใครอยากลุยๆไปอยากไปดูไซต์ก็สามารถไปเป็นงานออกไซต์ได้นะเลือกได้ครับผู้หญิงบางคนก็ไปเป็นได้มีลูกศิษย์เพิ่งมาคุยเมื่อปีที่แล้วเขาบอกเขาไปเป็นได้คล้ายๆกับเซลล์แต่ว่าไม่เชิงเซลล์ก็คือไปเป็นคล้ายๆกับคนคอยแก้ปัญหาหน้างานของบริษัทปูนนะฮะซึ่งถามเขาว่าสนุกไหมเขาบอกสนุกค่ะแล้วก็บริษัทอยากจะใช้คนที่เป็นผู้หญิงค่อนข้างเยอะเพราะว่าผู้หญิงจะดูซอฟต์กว่าผู้ชายเยอะเพราะนั้นเวลาไปดีลงานไปอะไรเนี้ยมันจะดีลงานได้ง่ายกว่าผู้ชายนะครับก็คือผมว่างานหลากหลายครับนะฮะบางคนก็อยากว่าเป็นอาจารย์ก็ได้นะครับเพราะนั้นไม่ต้องกังวลว่ามีเฉพาะงานออกไซต์งานอย่างอื่นก็มีเยอะครับ
ถ้าเลือกแล้วเปลี่ยนทีหลังได้ไหมนะครับตามที่พรีเซนต์นะครับเปลี่ยนได้ต้องเทอม2 2016นะครับยังไงเลือกไปแล้วต้องเรียนก่อนเทอม1ฉะนั้นผมไม่แนะนำเลยเพราะว่าน่าจะจบ5 ปีค่อนข้างแน่ๆนะครับตัดสินใจดีๆนะฮะเลือกดีๆแล้วถ้าไม่ได้เพราะคะแนนก็ช่วยไม่ได้แต่ว่าถ้าไม่ได้ภาคที่อยากจะเรียนเพราะว่าไม่ได้คิดดีๆเนี่ยน่าเสียดายมากนะครับอันนี้คำถามนี้คล้ายๆครับที่แล้วจะถามเป็นภาษาอังกฤษขอ repeat นะฮะ When I enter program selection system can I choose only one department Don't do that if you select only one then if you don't get that program then your assignment will be considered after we consider all other students ตอนเข้าปี1สมัครเข้าเรียนเลือก ME ไว้ตอนนี้จะเปลี่ยนเป็น ChE จะได้พิจารณาก่อนหรือไม่นะฮะคือตอนที่เข้าปี1เนี่ยเป็นคล้ายๆ questionnaire เป็น survey นะฮะไม่ใช่เป็นการเลือกสุดท้ายแล้วเนี่ยคือเลือกจริงคือคราวนี้นะครับแล้วก็ดูคะแนน EGPA นะครับที่เราติ๊กไว้ตอนนั้นเนี่ยเป็นแค่อยากจะทราบว่าอยากเข้ามาแล้วมี tendency อยากจะเรียนภาคไหนนะครับขอทราบทุนเรียนโทแต่ละภาคครับเหมือนกันหมดนะครับทุกโปรแกรมเนี่ยจะได้รับโควต้าในการได้รับ scholarship นะฮะเรามีทุนที่เรียกว่า excellent Thai students นะครับก็ต้อง excellent นะฮะแล้วก็สามารถได้ทุนเข้ามาเรียนปริญญาโทกับเรานะครับซึ่งทุนนี้มีค่ากินอยู่ด้วยนะฮะเป็นทุนที่ดีนะครับก็ทุกภาคมีจำนวนทุนเท่ากันครับไม่มีได้เปรียบเสียเปรียบครับ Does the mechanical engineering also deal with medical device manufacturing? Yes.
In this question regarding the medical device manufacturing, it depends upon what kind of device we're talking about. Because if we're talking about the mechanical side, the biomechanics side, it will be the ME department. But as you notice in the EC department, we focus on the instrumentation and sensor side. So I have to ask back what kind of equipment, then you can choose the right department. IE also has a biomedical related research as well.
ME said they were certified by the Council of Engineers. So how about other programs? All of our engineering programs have this engineering license. We are certified by COE, so you don't have to worry. We have civil engineering, mechanical engineering, industrial engineering, and chemical engineering, electrical engineering. So you don't have to worry about the license problem. แลกเปลี่ยนต่างประเทศของ ME มีที่มหาวิทยาลัยไหนบ้างก็คงเยอะนะ ME. Okay, director said it was in his slides. So มีตามที่ท่านผู้อำนวยการโชว์ไว้ในสไลด์นะครับซึ่งอันนั้นผมคิดว่าเราสามารถดาวน์โหลดได้มี 5-60 มหาวิทยาลัยเยอะมากนะครับ อยากให้ลงคอร์สและวิชาที่ต้องเรียนแต่ละภาควิชาคือถ้าอยากจะทราบวิชาที่ต้องเรียนในแต่ละภาควิชานะฮะเข้าไปที่เว็บ sit.tu.ac.th นะฮะในนั้นเนี่ยจะมีคอริคูลัมของทุกโปรแกรมเลยนะฮะเป็น PDF ไฟล์นะฮะสามารถดาวน์โหลดมาดูได้เลยนะครับอย่างละเอียดเลยนะครับปีที่แล้ว EC จบมาแล้วเงินเดือน 18,000 จริงหรือไม่ EC จบมาแล้วเงินเดือน 18,000 จริงหรือไม่
อันนี้แล้วแต่นักศึกษานะครับผมเชื่อว่ามีนักศึกษาที่เงินเดือนอาจจะเป็น 18,000 ก็ได้แต่ก็มีนักศึกษาที่เงินเข้าเชฟรอนแล้วก็เงินเดือนเป็น 50,000 กว่าก็มีนะครับเพราะฉะนั้นอันนี้ก็ไม่ได้สรุปนะครับบางอย่างนะฮะไอ้ที่มันเป็นแบบได้ยินมาหรือว่าเป็นเรื่องของคนคนเดียวหรืออะไรอย่างนี้เนี่ยมันไม่แน่เช่นถ้าเขารับราชการเนี่ยเขาก็เงินเดือนเนี้ยนะฮะแต่เขาเลือกที่จะไปรับราชการใช่ไหมครับซึ่งก็ไม่ได้เป็นปัญหาอะไร How many students will select department at this time? I'm not so sure, but I think 500 something. We have to actually wait for the second semester GPA, and some of the students will retire from SIIT. So I think it's for engineering. For in total about 500. Considering all the programs, including technology programs. But the final numbers will come after the announcement of the grades, this semester grade. การเลือกภาคตั้งแต่ 25 ถึง 29 เมษายนถ้าเลือกเร็วจะมีสิทธิ์ไม่เกี่ยวกับความเร็วนะฮะเกี่ยวกับ GPA อย่างเดียวนะฮะไม่ต้องรอตอนเที่ยงคืนวันที่ 24 นะครับไม่มีประโยชน์ทั้งสิ้นนะครับฮะแต่ว่าต้องอยู่ภายใน period ที่เราให้ทำนะฮะเลทเนี่ยมีปัญหาคือถ้าไม่ได้เลือกเนี่ยมีปัญหาต้องแก้ทีหลังนะครับขอให้มาเลือกนะฮะจะเร็วจะช้าถ้าอยู่ใน 25 ถึง 29 เนี่ยโอเคดู eGPA นะฮะอันนี้ IE มีถูกมองว่าเป็นสาขาที่เรียนง่ายที่สุดเรียนเนื้อหาทั่วไปไม่ได้ลงลึกแบบภาคอื่นทำให้เสียเปรียบภาคอื่นในด้านใดบ้างไหมครับ
ถ้าพูดถึงก็คือว่าจะจบช้ากว่าคนอื่นนะคะจบช้ากว่าในที่นี้มันก็เป็นการพูดทั้งสองแบบคือ1เรียนยากง่ายเนี่ยมันตอบยากจบช้าก็คืออย่างที่บอกวิชาพื้นฐานเนี่ยก่อนที่จะตั้งคำถามนี้มานะคะจะต้องถามตัวเองก่อนว่าพื้นฐานคุณดีมากน้อยแค่ไหนเพราะว่าถ้าพื้นฐานคุณไม่ดีการถามคำถามนี้มันก็ตอบไปที่ตัวคุณเองอะค่ะว่ายากหรือง่ายอย่างเช่นอย่างที่บอกไปเมื่อสักครู่ว่าวิชา Plan Design หรือ Production Planning อะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะต้องการเบสิกของการเรียนแมทที่ค่อนข้างดีแต่ที่ผ่านมา3 ปีเนี่ยค่ะสมมติมีเด็ก60 คนประมาณเกือบ30 คนไม่ผ่านแมท3แล้วก็หวังเพียงแค่จะรอเรียนตอนซัมเมอร์แล้วพอซัมเมอร์ไม่ผ่านอีกการเรียนในเทอมถัดไปก็ไม่สามารถลงเรียนวิชานี้ได้เพราะฉะนั้นสิ่งที่เคยได้ยินมาว่าเรียนง่ายเรียนยากเนี่ยเอาใครเป็นสแตนดาร์ดนะคะเรามีนักเรียนตอนนี้ 4.00 ก็มีคำถามเขาคือเขาก็ยังบอกว่าเรียนยากถามว่าเรียนยากเรียนง่ายเนี่ยมันก็ขึ้นอยู่กับมุมมองอะค่ะแต่ถามอีกถามหนึ่งว่าเรียนจบไปแล้วเนี่ยทำอะไรดีกว่าอย่างที่บอกคือ IE เหมือนกันที่บอกว่าเรียนทุกอย่างเหมือนเป็ดจับฉ่ายใช่ไหมคะแต่อยากจะบอกว่าการที่เราเรียนอย่างที่บอกพื้นฐานปริญญาตรีเนี่ยมันเป็นการเรียนขั้นพื้นฐาน ที่จะต้องเรียนรู้ในทุกๆด้านเวลาคุณจะเข้าไปทำงานในโรงงานคุณก็ต้องมีความรู้เรื่องไฟฟ้าบ้างคุณก็ต้องรู้เรื่องเครื่องกลบ้างหรือแม้กระทั่งโครงสร้างบางอย่างที่เราก็ต้องเรียนทางด้านโยธาก็มีทุกอย่างมันต้องประกอบกันนะคะมันก็ตอบไม่ได้แต่อย่างที่บอกคือถ้าอยากจะรู้ว่าเรียนยากหรือง่ายกรุณามาเลือกเรียนนะคะแล้วจะทราบ
ผมคิดว่าทุกสาขาเรียนยากง่ายเท่ากันนะครับมันขึ้นกับความถนัดและความชอบและความขยันคือถ้าคนขยันเนี่ยมันเข้าสาขาไหนมันก็เรียนง่ายหมดถ้าขี้เกียจเข้าสาขาไหนมันก็ยากหมดนะครับฮะ ME เป็นผู้หญิงมีปัญหาไหมครับ
ไม่มีครับเรานักศึกษาผู้หญิงก็ประมาณ 30% ขึ้นไปอยู่นะครับจำนวนนักศึกษาผู้หญิงไม่มีปัญหาครับ
ครับ
เป็นทอม
เลือกได้กี่สาขาวิชาก็เลือกเท่าที่เห็นเลยนะฮะเพราะว่าอย่างที่เรียนนะฮะทุกคนจะได้เข้าเรียน1สาขาแน่นอนห้ามเลือกขาดนะครับยังไงก็ต้องจับเข้าสาขาสุดท้ายถ้าหล่นมาหมดนะครับอันนี้งงครับ EC ต้องอาจารย์
EC ต้องเรียนภาษาทางไฟฟ้าแบบ Sine Wave ไหมคะการเรียนเป็นการคำนวณเลคเชอร์ส่วนมากคำนวณคณิตศาสตร์หรือว่าเป็นการปฏิบัติบัตรกรีออกแบบโปรแกรมในคอมนะครับในหลักสูตรของ EC นะครับจะมีทั้งส่วนที่เป็นเลคเชอร์แล้วก็ส่วนที่เป็นปฏิบัตินะครับจะเป็นการผสมกันที่มีทั้งส่วน theory แล้วก็ practical อยู่แล้วนะครับถ้าถามอย่างเช่นแบบ Sine Wave ก็มีครับมีการเรียนเรื่อง Sinusoidal Signal อยู่แล้วมีทั้ง Sinusoidal ทั้ง AC ทั้ง DC นะครับในความหมายนั้นนะครับการคำนวณก็คณิตศาสตร์เนี่ยใช้แน่นอนครับ EC เป็นภาควิชาที่ใช้คณิตศาสตร์ค่อนข้างจะเยอะนะครับแล้วก็มีการปฏิบัติด้วยแต่บัตรกรีนี่จะใช้ในโปรเจกต์ครับผมเด็กของทาง EC เนี่ยจะต้องทำโปรเจกต์อยู่แล้วนะครับแม้จะเป็น Senior Project ก็ตามหรือว่าโปรเจกต์ในวิชาเรียนก็ตามซึ่งตรงนี้นะครับจะต้องมีการใช้สกิลทางด้านบัตรกรีหรือการต่อวงจรอยู่แล้วนะครับก็แล้วการเขียนโปรแกรมในคอมก็เป็นสิ่งหนึ่งในพื้นฐานหนึ่งของทางไฟฟ้าเหมือนกันครับปัญหาที่มีปัญหาเรื่องเปลี่ยนโปรแกรมอีกนะฮะก็คือต้องเปลี่ยนตอนเทอม2 2016นะครับถ้าตอนปี4อยากไปแลกเปลี่ยนต้องมี requirement อะไรบ้างมี requirement อยู่นะฮะทั้งภาษาอังกฤษและทั้งเกรดนะครับผมจำดีเทลไม่ได้แต่ว่ามีนะฮะก็เช็คได้ทางเว็บนะครับคือถ้าเกรดต่ำมากก็และภาษาอังกฤษไม่ผ่าน requirement เราก็ไม่ส่งไปเพราะว่าเดี๋ยวมีปัญหานะครับ What do you think about studying CE and continue further study in design? What do you think about studying CE and continue further study in design? Design ออกแบบ
Design I think you may is a building design. I'm not so clear on the question, but I think as I informed you that there are 7 fields of the civil engineering, okay? And for the structural design also one of those 7 fields. Okay? And the student, of course, they can study in some more detail, okay, about the structural analysis or the structural engineering in master or in PhD. As Professor Putta, he PhD or master is about the structural engineering. Okay, so in this field we also study how to design the structure. เดี๋ยวมีคำถามนึงนะครับว่า EC สามารถทำงานเกี่ยวกับระบบไฟฟ้าบนเครื่องบินได้ไหมนะครับในกรณีของระบบบนเครื่องบินนะครับมันก็ขึ้นอยู่ว่าเป็นระบบอะไรนะครับเพราะว่ามันก็มีส่วนที่เป็นตัวอิเล็กทรอนิกส์แล้วก็คอมมิวนิเคชันตรงนี้เนี่ยเราจะตรงสายมากนะครับปัจจุบันเรามีนักศึกษาที่จบไปแล้วแล้วก็อยู่ในบริษัทอย่างเช่น AOT นะครับหรือว่าจะเป็นตัวเป็นนักบินเองก็เยอะอยู่นะครับก็ตอนนี้ก็มีสามารถทำได้ครับแต่ขึ้นอยู่กับว่าเป็นระบบอะไรนะครับเพราะถ้าเกิดอย่างเช่นตัว Jet Engine อย่างนี้นะครับก็จะไม่ใช่ EC แน่นอนใช่ไหมครับแต่ถ้าเกิดจะพูดถึงตัว instrumentation เรื่องเค
เครื่องวัดนะครับความเร็วpressure อุณหภูมิตรงนี้ก็จะตรงสายกับทางด้านไฟฟ้านะครับมีคำถามต่อไปนะครับจะเป็นทางด้าน biomedical นะครับของแต่ละสาขานะครับจะเป็น ME ก็ตามเคมีก็ตาม IE หรือ EC นะครับต่างกันอย่างไรอันนี้ขออนุญาตตอบในเชิงของ EC ก่อนนะครับว่าbiomedical เนี่ยเป็นระบบที่ค่อนข้างจะซับซ้อนและมีหลายส่วนใช่ไหมครับอย่างเช่นทางไฟฟ้าเนี่ยจะดูในส่วนของเซนเซอร์นะครับวัดนะครับจะเป็นการเคลื่อนไหวจะเป็นอุณหภูมิจะเป็นความดันนะครับจะเป็นอาจจะเป็นพวกตรงนี้นะครับจะเป็นเซนเซอร์ตรงนี้จะเป็น EC นะครับแต่ของ IE ME กับเคมีนะครับก็จะแตกต่างกันไปแต่ EC นี้ก็จะมีรวมไปถึงการออกแบบพวก prosthetic device นะครับพวกแขนเทียมขาเทียมตรงนี้ด้วยนะครับ
ค่ะจากที่ได้อธิบายไปข้างต้นสักครู่นะคะว่าอย่าง IE เราจะมี2 ออปชันให้เลือกใช่ไหมคะก็จะมี IE กับ IE manufacturing ในส่วนของ manufacturing เนี่ยค่ะที่มีการสร้างโครงสร้างของหัวกะโหลกหรืออวัยวะต่างๆเนี่ยมันสืบเนื่องมาจากอย่างไฟฟ้าเนี่ยเขาทำอุปกรณ์ที่สามารถเก็บข้อมูลขึ้นมาหรือที่เขาเรียกว่าเซ็นเซอร์เนี่ยนะคะก็คือมันจะอยู่ในหัวเลเซอร์สแกนที่เราใช้สแกนนะคะในส่วนของ IE manufacturing option ก็คือว่าเซ็นเซอร์ที่ได้มาหรือข้อมูลที่ได้มาเชิงจุดเนี้ยค่ะเราจะเอาจุดที่ได้มาเนี่ยทั้งหมดเนี่ยเอามาสร้างโครงสร้าง3 มิติแล้วเราก็จะสร้างต้นแบบออกมานั่นคือสิ่งที่เราทำต่อยอดมาจากทางไฟฟ้านะคะแล้วหลังจากนั้นเนี่ยเวลาเราสร้างรูปแบบ3 มิติมาเหมือนเป็นโครงสร้างอย่างเวลาที่เราเข้า MRI หรือ CT สแกนอย่างเงี้ยค่ะเทคโนโลยีพวกนั้นเนี่ยเราสามารถเอาข้อมูลที่ได้ออกมาเนี่ยมาสร้างเป็นรูปร่างลักษณะของอวัยวะรูปร่างลักษณะของโครงสร้างที่เราต้องการจะแก้ไขหรือปรับปรุงนะคะอย่างเช่นฟันระบบเกี่ยวกับกรามหรือแม้กระทั่งศัลยกรรมอย่างเงี้ยค่ะเขาก็มีเทคโนโลยีที่จะทำจมูกออกมายังไงให้ได้เหมือนกับคุณทำเสร็จแล้วหน้าตาคุณจะเป็นอย่างไรแล้วหลังจากนั้นเนี่ยจะใช้เทคโนโลยีหรือเครื่องจักรอะไรที่จะเอามาสร้างต้นแบบตัวนั้นเนี่ยทางฝั่งของเครื่องกลเนี่ยเขาก็จะรับผิดชอบในส่วนตรงนั้นนะคะเดี๋ยวอาจารย์จะอธิบาย
ครับทางเครื่องกลทาง biomedical ก็จะออกแบบเครื่องมือนะครับด้วยดูทางแมคานิกส์นะครับการเคลื่อนไหวรวมถึงเอาทางความรู้ทางโรบอติกมาใช้ด้วยนะครับถ้าทาง biomedical ในส่วนงานวิจัยของผมเองเนี่ยก็จะดูเรื่องเอาความรู้ทาง fluid dynamic แล้วก็ทาง vibration นะครับซึ่งทั้งสองวิชาเนี่ยเป็นวิชาที่อยู่ในภาควิชา ME อยู่แล้วมาวิเคราะห์ความดันในสมองการไหลของเลือดการบีบตัวของหัวใจนะครับทางนี้ก็ ME ก็สามารถapply ทาง biomedical ประมาณนี้ครับทางเคมีครับอาจารย์
ทางเคมีจะแบ่งไว้2 ส่วนนะครับส่วนที่1จะเป็นเรื่องเกี่ยวกับ material ส่วนที่2จะเป็นเรื่องเกี่ยวกับ sensor นะครับซึ่งจะต้องโคกับทางไฟฟ้าก็ส่วนแรกจะเป็น material ก็คือ biocompatible material ทั้งหลายจะเป็นอวัยวะเทียมหรือว่า tissue engineering ความหมายของมันก็คือว่าในการที่เราจะสร้างพาร์ทชนิดใหม่ขึ้นมาหรือว่าทดแทนในผู้สูงอายุหรือลักษณะของผู้ที่พิการเนี่ยสำหรับอันแรกเลยที่ทางภาควิชาทำเนี่ยก็คือเกี่ยวกับเรื่องของ material ที่สามารถป้องกันการติดเชื้อได้นะครับก็คือว่าเมื่อใส่เข้าไปแล้วมันไม่มีการเกาะติดของโปรตีนแล้วก็สามารถ compat โดยไม่เป็นพิษกับร่างกายอันนั้นก็จะมีในลักษณะที่จะเป็นsynthesize ตัว material ที่ว่าแบคทีเรียจะไม่ไปจับแล้วก็โปรตีนจะไม่ไปจับอันนั้นจะเป็นเรื่องหนึ่งซึ่งถ้าเรียนไปก็จะเข้าใจนะครับอันที่2ก็คือเกี่ยวกับเรื่องของ strength ซึ่งจะไปเกี่ยวข้องโดยตรงกับทาง ME ว่าหลอดเลือดที่เรา synthesize ขึ้นมาเนี่ยมันมีความแข็งแรงพอหรือเปล่าก็คือมีทั้ง2 ส่วนก็คือส่วนของ biocompatible อันหนึ่งอีกอันที่2ก็คือว่า strength ก็คือเกี่ยวกับเรื่องของความแข็งหรือความยืดหยุ่นลักษณะเป็นยังไงอันนี้ก็จะเป็นเกี่ยวกับเรื่องของการทำ copolymer เข้ามาเกี่ยวข้องก็คือจะต้องผลิตตัว material ขึ้นมาเพื่อเหมาะสมกับอวัยวะที่เราต้องการที่จะ transplant เข้าไปนะครับอันดับไปของmaterial ก็คือการทำ tissue engineering ซึ่งปัจจุบันเนี่ย 3D printing ก็เข้ามาแล้วในกลุ่มวิจัยก็มีการทำ 3D printing เกี่ยวกับเรื่องของทำ tissue engineering ด้วยเหมือนกันโดยการที่เอา tissue ออกมาเป็นชั้นๆนะครับแล้วก็ใช้ 3D printing ในระดับ micro scale อันนี้คือเป็นอันที่3เกี่ยวกับ material ทางด้านของ sensor ที่เราทำอยู่ณตอนนี้จะเป็น artificial nose นะครับซึ่งก็คือเป็นเกี่ยวกับเรื่องของการ ทำจมูกจำลองจมูกเทียม ซึ่งสามารถที่จะเอาไปใช้งานได้ทางด้านของ compatible material แล้วก็ biomed นะครับซึ่งผมก็ทำร่วมกับอาจารย์ทางด้านไฟฟ้าเกี่ยวกับเรื่องของการจับสารสำคัญบางตัวซึ่งเราสามารถที่จะใช้ในการก่อนที่จะ expose เข้าไปสู่ร่างกายมนุษย์นะครับอันนี้ก็จะเป็นเรื่องของเซนเซอร์ซึ่งจะโคเกี่ยวกับเรื่องของ chemical interaction ว่าสารเคมีตัวนี้ไปเกาะติดอยู่กับตัวรับซึ่งเรา synthesize ขึ้นมาโดยใช้เคมีพันนะครับแล้วดูว่ามันทำงานได้ใกล้เคียงแล้วก็เร็วเทียบเท่ากับของจริงหรือเปล่าถ้าสมมุติเราขาดแคลนperception ด้านนี้อยู่อันนี้ก็จะเป็นคร่าวๆสำหรับเรื่องของทางด้านของ ChemN ที่ทำเกี่ยวกับ Biomed แต่ทั้งนี้ทั้งนั้นเราไม่ได้ทำ Biomed ได้ทันทีนะครับมันเพิ่งเริ่มต้นสำคัญที่สุดคือคุณเรียนคอร์สของปริญญาตรีมาเพื่อไปประกอบวิชาชีพงานของ Biomed ณ ปัจจุบันยังเป็น Research อยู่ส่วนใหญ่นั่นหมายถึงว่าคุณควรจะเรียนวิจัยต่อกับเราในระดับปริญญาโทและปริญญาเอกถ้าอยากจะทำด้านนี้จริงๆ
ฮัลโหลมีภาคไหนที่จบแล้วได้ใบกวเลยโดยไม่ต้องไปสอบนะครับไม่คืออย่างนี้นะครับใบกวที่ไม่ต้องไปสอบเนี่ยมันสมัยโบราณเหมือนผมเนี่ยเรียนจบปุ๊บก็ได้กวเลยนะฮะแต่สมัยนี้ไม่ใช่อย่างนั้นแล้วนะครับทุกที่นะครับทางสภาวิศวกรเนี่ยจะเข้าไปดูหลักสูตรนะฮะแล้วก็จะ approve ว่าหลักสูตรเนี่ยโอเคนะฮะหลังจากนั้นนักศึกษาหรือนิสิตที่จบหลักสูตรเหล่านั้นเนี่ยจบแล้วก็ต้องไปสอบทุกคนนะฮะจุฬาก็ใช่ทุกมหาวิทยาลัยเป็นกติกาที่ไม่เหมือนสมัยก่อนแล้วนะครับของเราเนี่ยก็คือทุกหลักสูตรได้รับการยอมรับจากสภาวิศวกรหมดนักศึกษาเราที่จบจากหลักสูตรของเราเนี่ยก็จบเสร็จก็ไปยื่นขอสอบนะครับซึ่งก็เหมือนกับทุกมหาวิทยาลัยปัจจุบันนะครับได้เลยอัตโนมัติโดยไม่สอบไม่มีอีกแล้วนะฮะในประเทศไทยนะครับrefresh นะ
There was a repeat question about if you would like to enter into the aviation industry, but this time in English. So I would like to repeat the answer in English. Specifically, the question is, if you would like to enter the aviation industry, what is the difference between EC aerospace or the mechanical ME aerospace? So again, this is very related to the question about biomedical engineering in the sense that a lot of actual application is not just EC or ME. It is an interdisciplinary, so a mix of both. But you have to ask yourself which part of aviation you are interested in. If you are interested in the aerospace or the aerodynamic, the mechanical construction and design of the airplane, the engines, then that would be the mechanical engineering program. If you're interested in the sensors, the automation, the control, the computers, the programming, that part is the electronic and communication program. So it is, we work very closely together, but you have to decide which is your interest, more on the aerodynamic side, the mechanical side, or the sensor and automation side.
ผมคิดว่าเดี๋ยวจะคำถามคงเริ่มซ้ำๆแล้วนะครับก็อยากจะเรียนสุดท้ายว่าคือมีหลายอันที่เขียนมาว่าขอเลือก1เลือก2เลือกไม่ครบเนี่ยได้ไหมนะฮะขอเรียนว่าไม่ได้นะครับอย่าทำเด็ดไม่ใช่ good strategy เลยนะฮะจะสร้างปัญหานะครับเลือกให้ครบทุกช้อยนะฮะช้อยสุดท้ายก็เป็นช้อยที่เหมือนเป็น safety net นะฮะยังไงก็ตกมาก็ได้ช้อยนั้นนะครับ I think because we have already some repeated questions, so I think we can end our session here.
Thank you very much for coming today for the information sessions. If you still have any questions later on, you can visit each school and ask faculty members for specific questions. And in addition, we have snacks box and beverage available for you guys today. However, the stand will be on this side, so you may exit this door to your right-hand side, or you can exit on the one straight ahead here and then turn right. we'll have our staff that guide you to the beverage and snacks box. Thank you very much for coming today.ขอเชิญทุกท่านนะคะรับอาหารว่างก่อนที่จะกลับบ้านนะคะถ้าออกจากประตูด้านบนแล้วเนี่ยรบกวนเลี้ยวซ้ายนะคะจะมีสแน็คบ็อกซ์แล้วก็เครื่องดื่มค่ะ